In the year 2200, a catastrophe hit Earth. Spatial rifts tore open the sky. Blinding light poured out, and the world fell into chaos overnight. From those cracks, countless ferocious beasts flooded out, roaring and destroying everything. They were insanely powerful, slaughtering anyone who tried to defend their homes. In the middle of life and death, some humans discovered they could absorb the strange energy in the air. That energy awakened superhuman strength. They became warriors. Humanity's last hope. Survival bases rose from the ruins where humans made their final stand. As for me, in my last life I died in a beast tide. When I woke up, I had transmigrated into this world of warriors and monsters. And the moment I arrived, a death trial was waiting. A lightning-type beast charged at me, eyes blazing like thunder. Instinctively, Sumo dodged. The memories told him this was a thunder demon beast, bloodthirsty, brutal. It whipped around and opened its fanged mouth, trying to swallow and whole. Sumo roared and raised his sword to block. Lightning burst from its body. The air trembled. Every spark felt like it could burn the world down. Sumo gritted his teeth. The pressure was crushing him. He couldn't hold on. Using the impact, he rolled to the side. Boom, the beast lost control and slammed into nearby trees. Massive trunks collapsed. For a second, they pinned the beast down. Sumo narrowed his eyes. This was it. His last chance. He gripped his dagger and rushed in. He slashed again and again, aiming straight at its body. But the blade barely scratched its thick fur. Not even a mark. Oh crap! Sweat formed on his forehead. He was just a normal guy in a body with zero talent. How was he supposed to kill this thing? The useless attacks drained him fast. According to the memories, this body was doomed to never cultivate. And yet this lunatic ran into a deadly forest with a dull dagger. What was he thinking? Sumo muttered under his breath as the beast struggled violently beneath the fallen trees. Its sharp fangs gleamed, ready to lunge again. No more hesitation. I don't want to die. His gaze turned ice cold. Then he noticed it. The beast's belly wasn't covered in thick fur. Even with lightning crackling around it, that spot looked vulnerable. One strike would decide life or death. But just as he moved in, a figure flashed past. A girl. The beast's head exploded. Instant kill. Sumo froze. Sumo now. Her voice was cold but worried. This place is about to get dangerous. She was Chen Shi, the childhood sweetheart of this body's original owner. Old memories rushed in. Their parents once joked about arranging their marriage. But during a hunting expedition, both families fell into the abyss and died. From now on, it's just the two of us, Chen Shi once said firmly. Sumo clenched his fist. The memory felt warm. Had heard some beasts carried treasures that could change a person's strength. If he could hunt one himself, maybe he could gain talent. Chen Shi stared at him, eyes burning with resolve. But then her expression hardened. Let's go. I don't need your fake concern and not your fiancé. If your parents hadn't invited mine to that hunt, they wouldn't have died. Sumo's fist tightened, anger rising. But seeing her risk everything for him, his heart softened. Fiancé or not, everything she did was to protect him. Suddenly, Chen Shi stumbles. Her face turns pale, like all her strength just vanished. Damn, my body's not holding up. Did I overuse my stamina last hunt? She grits out. She tries to stand, but her legs give out. Sumo rushes forward and catches her in time, panic in his eyes. Are you okay? He can tell she's badly injured. She must have just finished a dangerous mission and came straight here for him. He hasn't talked to me in so long, and now he finally does, she whispers weakly. But there's happiness in it. She grabs his hand suddenly. I'm fine. When a thunderwolf dies, it releases a scent only its kind can smell. They'll gather here for revenge. You need to leave. It'll hold them off. Right then, a chilling sound echoes from the forest. Both of them freeze. Sumo slowly. In front of them, a pack of thunderwolves appears, eyes glowing like lightning, rushing in at terrifying speed. No hesitation, the wolves charge together, fangs flashing. Even exhausted, Chen Shi steps in front of Sumo. Run! She unleashes the last of her spirit power and clashes head-on with the pack. A massive explosion of energy lights up the forest. One warrior versus an entire pack. Who wins? Chen Shi gets blasted backward, blood spraying from her mouth. Two thunderwolves are also sent flying, crashing into trees with a heavy boom. Seeing her about to hit a giant trunk, Sumo dashes in and wraps her in his arms, using his own body as a shield. The impact shakes him to the core. Pain surges everywhere, but he doesn't let go. Chen Shi is already unconscious in his arms, completely drained. And it's not over. More thunderwolves surround them, way more than 5. Sumo looks up, despair filling his eyes as the beasts close in. No way is this the end in episode 1, he mutters bitterly.
Yeah.
Right as the protagonist. But reality hits hard. Dozens of wolves step forward, lightning crackling. This is bad. Even Chen Shi, as strong as a real warrior, couldn't handle them. And him, a guy with zero talent. Not only useless, he even dragged someone else to die with him. His will explodes. No, there has to be a way. I'm not dying again. As he forces himself up, his hand accidentally touches a nearby thunderwolf's corpse. A sudden flash of light bursts from the contact point. What the hell is this? A cold voice echoes in his head. Collection system activating. System successfully bound. Thunderwolf talent detected. Mid-elect? A panel pops up. Sumo doesn't hesitate. It can't get worse than this. Collect. Instantly collection successful. Congratulations, you obtain level 2 talent. Integrate. The WASP button glows bright. Sumo slams it without thinking. His body convulses. Purple lightning erupts from within him, fiercer than the wolves. Boom. A terrifying surge of spirit power explodes outward with him at the center. Lightning shoots into the sky like a breakthrough. The thunderwolves are blasted away, twitching on the ground. Only the alpha barely stands, fur bristling. I can feel it. I got cultivation talent from that beast. Sumo's eyes burn with excitement. But before he celebrates, more thunderwolves appear and charge again without fear. Sumo tightens his dagger. Purple lightning wraps around the blade, turning it lethal. Slash. Slash. He unleashes Phantom Flash Strike, moving like lightning itself, cutting the beast down like grass. Holding the dagger still buzzing with spirit power, Sumo stares at his new strength in disbelief. The Thunder Wolves just keep coming. Wave after wave, endless, not even giving him a second to breathe. But strangely, the pain from his old wounds fades away. His movements are smoother, faster, deadlier. Their attacks now feel slow. Their steel like fur. Not so invincible anymore. Sumo smirks, eyes burning. He swings again and again, lightning tearing through their bodies. I can protect Chenshi, he roars. His resolve explodes, but the beasts still flood in. Why are there so many? Every slash drops another wolf. Blood dyes the forest red. He shouts in fury, that small dagger carving through the pack like a storm. Every strike is fatal, flesh ripped apart, bones shattered. One by one they fall. When the last wolf collapses, Sumo stands tall, breathing heavy but blazing with battle intent. Die, you bastards. He's not the weak Sumo anymore. A long trench cuts across the ground, proof of the terrifying power he just awakened. He doesn't know exactly how strong the lightning talent made him, but he did the impossible. I actually did it. Right then, the system lights up again. Calculating battle statistics. Base strength 1, 507 Jin, lightning attribute bonus 3, 896 Jin. Total strength over 3000 Jin. Sumo's eyes widen, over 3000 Jin. That's Mature Warrior level. Lightning talent is insane. His base was around 1,500 Jin, but with lightning. It doubled, breaking past 3000. His body feels reborn, stronger, fuller of life. The system speaks again, cold and clear. Scanning next collectible target. Target eligible, continue collection. Sumo freezes, so one corpse can be collected multiple times. No hesitation. Continue collection. He immediately starts collecting from the nearest Thunder Wolf. Collection successful, obtained Beast Essence Blood. Essence Blood, the purest core of a beast. Even low grade, it boosts cultivation speed. Perfect for him right now. He tries collecting more, but the system replies resources depleted. One target per month. Sumo frowns. So Thunder Wolves are too low level. He mutters, eyes sharp. Next month's target needs careful choosing. But first, something more urgent. He looks at unconscious Chen Shi, then at the wolf corpses. No more system gains, but the meat is still useful. He carries her on his back, grabs some beast meat, and heads back to base. Soon they return to their small house. Chen Shi regains consciousness but remains half asleep. She keeps murmuring his name. In her dream, Thunder Wolves surround her, no escape. She screams for Sumo to run, but he stands his ground. Then a wolf bites into him. Blood everywhere. Chen Shi jolts awake, drenched in sweat, clutching her chest. My head, what happened? Where am I, old lady? Finally awake, Sumo jokes from the kitchen. He walks out holding a spoon, grinning. Wait a sec, just one more soup and we can eat. Chen Shi stares, what-eat? The table is full of steaming beast meat. You made this? She hesitates. Yesterday, how did we get back? I thought we were dead. Sumo chuckles. Who else could it be? You sure ask a lot. Eat first. Beast meat's great for warriors. He gestures for her to sit, but the atmosphere turns heavy. Only the sound of chopsticks fills the room. Chen Shi lowers her head, avoiding his gaze. This awkward silence isn't good. Sumo thought to himself, she just broke the awkward silence. Last night was seriously dangerous. Luckily, an exploration team passed by and saved us, but Chen Shui didn't respond. She acted like he wasn't even there. Sumo sighed and put the bowl down. I'm done eating. I'll head to my room. After you're done, wash the dishes. Beast meat helps wounds heal faster, so eat more. He got up and shut the door. Chen Zhuai watched him leave. A strange feeling rose in her chest. It felt like a dream. The first time he cooked for her. The first time he actually talked to her. If this was really a dream, she never wanted to wake up. Inside the room. Sumo, he let out a heavy sigh. Was the relationship between this body's original owner and Chen Shui really this cold? He shook his head. Neither of them knew how to face each other, let alone fix things overnight. Forget it. If he wanted to survive, he could rely on no one but himself. The only thing that mattered now was getting stronger. Sumo carefully guided the beast's blood essence into his body, determined to refine it. The moment it seeped in, his veins bulged violently under his skin. A wave of intense pain hit him. His head spun, his ears rang, his vision blurred. But mixed with the pain was pure power, surging through him and detonating his spiritual energy, like it wanted to tear the air apart. This beast blood essence was way more brutal than he expected. Sumo gritted his teeth, sweat forming on his forehead. He had to fully refine it. 1 month later, inside the training room, Sumo walked in with a completely different aura. He took a deep breath, purple lightning, flickering around his body, radiating raw power. Here we go, he muttered, and threw a punch. Full force into the sandbag, boom. The shockwave exploded outward, sweeping everything in the room away. Only a single vase stayed standing. Sumo smirked in satisfaction. That attack power wasn't bad, but controlling the tiger lightning still needed work. He had fully absorbed the beast blood essence, but he wanted to see his true limit. The system's voice rang out, calculating combat stats. Base strength 2, 134 Jin. Lightning attribute bonus 4 on 98 Jin. Sumo's eyes widened. His base strength had increased by 600 Jin. His meridians had expanded too. The beast blood alone added at least 400 Jin. Not bad at all. That month of brutal training wasn't wasted. Aside from eating and sleeping, he pushed himself nonstop, breaking his limits again and again. But he still wasn't satisfied. Now wasn't the time to relax. His talent was far below those top-tier geniuses. Their growth speed was on another level. He clenched his fists. His eyes burned with determination. If he had an endless supply of beast blood essence, he could step into the ranks of true martial artists. Half a year later, the scene shifts back to the training room. Chen Shui was training like crazy. Sweat soaked her clothes. She stopped, breathing heavily, and checked her stats after a month of grinding. The system displayed at 364 Jin. 364. Not enough. In 1 month, the Academy's hunting trial would begin. With this strength, she still couldn't face the two-headed python, a mid-tier level 2 beast. To kill it, she needed to reach the martial artist realm. At least 10,000 jin. She was still far away. The image of Chumo being torn apart by beasts flashed in her mind, twisting her heart in pain. Could she really break through in time? Could she become a true martial artist before it was too late? Her eyes ignited with resolve. She couldn't give up. Chumo, just wait for me. Legend says the heart of the two-headed python can transform one's physique. It'll bring it back to you. The scene shifts to the bustling trade district of Liang'aning Base. Chumo walked through, sharp eyes scanning the stalls for high-level beast corpses. It had been a month since his last absorption. He needed something stronger. A higher level 1 beast, the Gale Wolf, priced 3 million. Chumo frowned. Level 1. Everywhere he looked, it was level 1 and level 2 corpses. Absorbing those wouldn't improve his talent or physique much. He needed at least a level 3 beast. Just as he was searching, a group suddenly blocked his path. The leader sneered with a sinister grin. Oh, isn't this the trash Chumo from Luoyang Academy? Nope. 1. A weak loser with no cultivation physique like you. What are you doing here? Chumo narrowed his eyes and recognized him. It was the class genius. Peak mid-stage martial apprentice, 6,000 jin of strength, and still running his mouth. Kid, what's with that look? Brother Qi is our class prodigy. Without Chen Zhuwei protecting you, you think you'd still be in the academy. If you've got shame, leave her. She belongs with Brother Qi. A trash like you shopping for beast materials. Don't tell me you're joining the hunting trial. He burst out laughing, eyes full of malice. Perfect then. During the hunt, I'll make you watch something up close. I'll capture Chen Shuai and show you exactly how she kneels under me. The filthy words hit hard. Chumo's blood boiled. His fists trembled. You're asking to die, aren't you? The crowd exploded in laughter. Look at him. A guy who survives off a woman still dares to bark. Someone else scoffed. Brother Qi, don't waste time on garbage. Chumo gritted his teeth. Juki clearly wanted him dead, then fine. Strike first. To deal with Juki, he needed a level 3 beast corpse. Only that would be enough. But the market was full of level 1 and 2 trash, no level 3 in sight. He needed another way. Then suddenly a shout cut through the crowd. The Gale Hunt Squad is back! They killed a level 3 beast! Chumo turned instantly. His heart pounded. Earth Dragon Beast. That monster rampaging the northern base. Mid-year level 3. It slaughtered countless martial artists. The crowd buzzed. The squad's aura alone made the air feel heavy. A squad member stepped forward. Our captain is mid-stage martial master. We hunt level 3 beasts. We're recruiting. Late-stage martial artist and above. With elemental talent, mid-stage is acceptable. Chumo's mind raced. If he joined them, he could get close to the Earth Dragon corpse. Right then, the system chimed coldly. Target mid-tier level 3 Earth Dragon Beast. Collectible. Proceed. Chumo smirked. Finally. This time you're mine. Someone in the crowd shouted. It's my first time seeing a level 3 beast. Can we touch it? A squad member laughed. Sure. Opportunity delivered. Chumo slipped into the crowd, acting curious like everyone else. His hand brushed against the rough scales of the Earth Dragon Beast. The system responded instantly. Collection successful. Mid-tier cultivation physique acquired. Fuse now. Chumo quickly left the market, barely containing his excitement. Back home, he sat down immediately and began fusing the level 3 beast blood essence. Finally. Level 3. Just how much stronger would this make him? He couldn't wait to find out. Then, a strange sensation flooded his body. Weightless, yet overwhelmingly powerful. He stood up to test it, took a deep breath, and threw a pump. The training dummy flew into the wall. The impact shook the entire room. Chumo's eyes widened. This power was insane. Mid-year cultivation physique was no joke. He muttered, this fusion is 10 times more effective than before. Talent really needs the right body. The system spoke again, calculating combat stats. Base strength 2, 6 of 59 jin, lightning attribute bonus 5, 270 jin. Chumo clenched his fists. He instantly felt the new power flooding his body. Base strength up by 500 jin and his cultivation speed boosted too. He clenched his lips, eyes burning with resolve. At this rate, 1 month tops, and hell hit late-stage martial apprentice. Juki, you want to kill me? Fine, I'll kill you first. At Luoyang No Puan Academy, the place packed with top martial talents and elite teachers, reputation off the charts. Smart students go far, but fail the physique and talent test, and you're dumped to No Fight Academy for the week. Today was the hunting trial, the big test with real rewards. Juki, the class, stood tall in the crowd, pure dominance. In just 2 months, he gained 600 jin, hitting mid-stage martial apprentice peak with 6,000 jin of force. Absolutely insane. The students whispered, eyes full of awe. Then someone suddenly shouted, Yo, look over there! Isn't that Sumo? He actually showed up! Sumo's appearance made Juki pause, surprise flashing before turning into pure disdain. With that trash-tier physique, joining the hunt is basically suicide. Someone sneered, thought he got kicked to no point 5 already. Another mocked, well, he's got a great fiancé backing him. Chen Shuai from the elite class is protecting him. Guess relying on your girl counts as skill now. So impressive, huh? Sumo stood there cold and silent, ignoring every word. He clenched his fists as purple lightning flickered around him. This hunting trial will show you what real power looks like. His voice was low but firm. The crowd buzzed again as someone pointed. Oh wow, isn't this the useless Sumo? You really came, couldn't wait to. Watch me get close with your fiancé. The guy laughed wickedly, dripping with sarcasm. Around them, the students watched quietly. The tension so thick it could snap any second. Something was about to go down. Right then, one of Juki's lackeys rushed over, out of breath. Brother Qi, the teacher's here. Juki smirked and shot Sumo a challenging look. Lucky you. Let's see if you even survive this trial. He turned away, not waiting for a reply. The teacher stepped forward, voice booming like an order. All students assemble. Line up by number, sign in, then get on the bus. Move one by one. Over here. Once everyone was seated, the teacher continued, voice calm but firm. I'll explain the details after we depart. Our destination is the wilderness forest outside the base. Hearing that, the students went pale. Only full martial artists can hunt out there. Even they sometimes don't make it back. We're just martial apprentices. Isn't this suicide? The teacher raised his hand to calm them. Relax. We're heading to the north side of the city. The only level 3 beast, the Earth Dragon, was already killed by the Swift Wind Squad. Other teams cleared out all level 2 and above beasts, opening a safe zone over 20 kilometers wide. Right now, only level 1 beasts remain, perfect for your trial. Teacher Lin and I will accompany you for protection. He scanned the students. If you're still too scared, you can quit now. The bus fell silent. Not a single student spoke. The teacher stood straight, voice echoing, eyes sharp as he swept the crowd. Here are the hunting rules. This trial uses a point system based on the strength and level of the beasts you kill. Rewards go only to the top 3. 4th place and below get nothing. He paused and emphasized each word. 3rd place gets 1 level 2 blood essence vial. 2nd gets 2. 1st place receives 3 level 2 blood essence vials from the Academy Treasury, plus 1 Bronzadier martial skill. The students started whispering, eyes blazing with ambition. A Bronzadier martial skill and level 2 blood essence. That's stacked. Some murmured only a genius like Juki could possibly take first. The teacher held up a small talisman glowing faintly. This is a communication talisman. If you're in danger, crush it immediately. Teacher Lin and I will get the signal and come rescue you. But don't rely on it too much. The wilderness is full of danger. Stay sharp. The trial lasts 5 days. No leaving early. Got it. The whole bus rode back in unison, spirit sky high. One guy laughed, slapping his buddy's shoulder. Martial skills and blood essence. I'm taking them. Another sucked up to Juki. Boss, let's team up. Juki shot them a cold look. Move aside. Wanna kill me? Want Chen Shui too? He sneered arrogantly. The Zhou family has my back. Sumo stood silent, eyes icy. Juki, if you want those points, you'll have to go deep into the forest. And that's where you die. Minutes later, the bus stopped. The students froze at the sight of the massive wilderness forest. Towering trees. Air thick with danger. The teacher shouted, students, the academy hunting trial officially begins. The moment he finished, everyone dashed forward like arrows into the forest. Juki led the charge, movement technique blazing, leaving the rest behind. A teacher nodded quietly. Juki's speed is impressive. A real seedling. The other agreed. With the Zhou family's resources, no one at his level can match him. Then the teacher turned to Sumo. Are you sure about this? In the wilderness, normal people have a 1% survival rate. Even level 1 beasts aren't something you can handle. Think carefully. Sumo smiled faintly, eyes steady. Thank you, sir. But what if I'm that 1%? I'm not dying here. He licked his lips slightly. Something different flashing in his gaze. Even the teacher muttered, this kid feels different today. The forest itself felt alive. Boiling with energy, it awakened hidden human talent but also mutated beasts and even plants. Opportunity and danger always came together, just like the Swift Wind Squad hunting for resources. If I can't find Jukyu yet, I'll hunt first. Let's test my current strength. Strangely, Sumo hadn't seen a single beast so far. What he didn't know, a pair of cold eyes was already locked onto him. Suddenly, he felt killing intent from behind. A beast lunged, claws flashing straight at him. Sumo reacted instantly, leaping back to dodge. In front of him stood an Iron Frost Wolf, a low-tier level 1 beast, famous for lightning-fast attacks, but weak endurance. Normally you exhaust it first before finishing it. Smirk. For me? No need for all that. I'll just punch it to death. Boom. One heavy punch like a falling hammer smashed into the wolf, sending it howling to the ground. The earth trembled. After absorbing its beast blood, lightning power inside him surged past 6,000 Jin, reaching late-stage martial apprentice level. This wolf was no match at all, using the system to farm low-level beasts. What a waste. He pulled out his dagger and skillfully followed the academy's method to extract the beast blood. Suddenly, beasts began appearing around him, snakes, spiders. Wolf's eyes glowing with hunger. He tightened his grip on the dagger, a cold smile forming. Perfect timing, today you're all my whetstones. The moment he spoke, Sumo charged like a storm. The dagger flashed, one beast dropped after another in seconds. By evening, deep in the wilderness forest, he brought down his 7th beast of the day, a fanged armored python. Another level 1 kill, 5 portions of beast blood collected, he muttered. Satisfied, not bad for one day? Sumo took out a vial of beast blood and downed it in one gulp. Good stuff, he felt. Power surging through him. Last time, one vial gave him an extra 100 Jin. Sadly, he could only use it once every 3 days. If only he could chain it. Suddenly, a desperate scream shattered his thoughts. A young man ran toward him, face pale, shouting, "Berserk giant bear! Classmate!" Right as he finished, a massive shadow rose behind him. A berserk giant bear, high-tier level 1 beast, towering like a mountain. Claws over a meter long, gleaming coldly. Academy records say wherever a berserk giant bear appears, there's a primordial spirit honey nest nearby. That rare honey can drastically shorten the digestion time of beast blood. Sumo narrowed his eyes. Now this is jackpot. He turned to the young man, voice firm. Don't crush the communication talisman. We kill it together. Then we split the primordial spirit honey. The guy nodded fast, eyes greedy. That honey, I have to get it. But the bear was already towering in front of them. Pressure overwhelming. A massive fist slammed down, shockwaves blasting dirt and trees away. One hit and the young man was sent flying. Sumo dashed over, pulling him up with a grin. Hey, you still alive? Then he faced the bear, eyes icy. Big guy trying to kill people. Let's see who kills who. No hesitation, he gripped his dagger and charged. The berserk giant bear's raw strength was insane. In pure power, he couldn't match it. Aim for the organs and head. He launched rapid strikes, blade flashing, lightning talent erupted. blue arcs surging along the dagger, stabbing deep into the beast's body. Targeting its insides, the bear roared in agony, huge body twitching under the shocks. Sumo frowned. It's too big. Is this lightning even enough? Suddenly, the air shifted. The bear's killing intent thickened. Its eyes turned bloodred. Strange crimson patterns spread across its body. Sumo clenched his teeth. Not good. The pain triggered it. It's entering full berserk mode. Midair for a split second, he saw the bear seize the chance and swing a devastating claw straight at his face. Damn. He braced himself. Boom. The punch landed like a falling boulder, smashing him into the ground. Dust exploded everywhere. Sumo staggered up, blood dripping from his lips. In berserk state, its attack power and speed skyrocketed. My speed's lacking. My attack rate's too low. At this pace, it'll collapse first. Before he could steady himself, the bear charged again. This time, a giant foot stomped down, aiming to crush him. Bang. Sumo was kicked away like a ball, rolling across the dirt. Luckily, his body had been tempered through breakthroughs. Anyone else would be dead already. He gritted his teeth. This won't work. I need to interrupt its attacks. In a flash, he activated lightning talent again. A streak of blue electricity shot straight into the bear's eyes. It roared, clutching its face, temporarily blinded. Sumo countered instantly, lunging forward, dagger stabbing hard into its leg. Lightning surged through the blade, making the bear howl in pain, its massive body shaking violently. But Sumo didn't stop. He kept pumping electricity into the wound, determined to paralyze it. Suddenly, the bear regained clarity and smashed a full-force punch down from above. No time to defend. He took it head-on. Blood sprayed from his mouth as he stumbled. His vision blurred, his grip weakened, the dagger slipping from his hand. Is this the end? Sumo bit down hard, unwilling to accept it. No. Suddenly, his body trembled. A strange force erupted from deep inside. The beast's blood had just absorbed impure but potent activated, rapidly restoring his strength. I'm not dead. You damn bear, let's see who wins. The berserk giant bear, eyes blazing red, prepared another terrifying strike. Could Sumo turn this around? Boom, the bear's fist crashed down, earth and rocks flying. But Sumo was gone. The beast's blood boosted his speed to a new level. In one leap, he soared above the bear's head. Bastard, kneel. He roared, pouring all his strength into one punch. Boom, it smashed into the bear's eye, spiritual force exploding outward. The giant beast let out a final roar and collapsed, its mount-like body finally still. Is it down? Sumo panted heavily, fist drenched in blood. A high-tier level 1 beast, terrifying indeed. Without that beast blood, I'd be dead, he muttered. Speed is the key. If I find a wind-type talent, I can cover my weakness and push my combat power to another tier. But before he could relax, a sharp killing intent rushed toward him. Sumo narrowed his eyes. The one charging at him was Juki. He sensed the battle from afar and showed up in seconds, fast as the wind. Wind-type talent, huh? No wonder he found me so quickly. Juki stood there, a wicked smile on his lips. So you ran into a berserk giant bear. Fought hard, huh? Too bad you both ended up dying. Lucky for trash like you to reap the rewards. He laughed mockingly. Sumo, you really hit the jackpot while half asleep. Poor classmate got mauled by the bear. You exhausted yourself killing it, then took the chance to finish him off. And just as I passed by, I witnessed your cruelty. Juki's killing intent surged, like he'd slice Sumo's head off any second. Tell me, doesn't that sound like a great story? Sumo stayed silent, ice cold, tracking every move. He knew Juki would attack. Juki sneered. Honestly, we had no deep grudge. Too bad you're Chenjua's fiancé. That's your luck, but not the kind of weakling like you can handle. Sumo finally spoke, voice low and sharp. You're right, Juki. Juki blinked. What? Begging for mercy? Not happening, kid? Sumo smirked, danger flashing in his eyes. You misunderstood, we had no deep grudge. But Chen Shui is my fiancé, so I'll have to send you to the underworld. The moment he finished, Sumo leaped forward, killing intent exploding. The dagger flashed in a deadly arc, but Juki, boosted by wind talent, moved like a cyclone and dodged easily. His eyes widened. Sumo, you have lightning talent, so you were pretending all along. Sumo ignored him. His only goal was to kill Juki. Sadly, the guy was too fast. Every slash cut through empty air. So this is wind-type speed. Sumo gritted his teeth, resolve hardening. After dodging for a while, Juki countered. A sharp blade wrapped in violent wind spiraled forward. Damn, too fast, no time to dodge. Sumo activated lightning talent. Brilliant arcs bursting out as he slashed back. Lightning and wind collided, sparks exploding in a blinding clash. Juki narrowed his eyes. His lightning can pierce my wind. I can't let him touch me. Using his superior wind speed, Juki dashed like a storm, evading every lightning strike Sumo fired. He roared arrogantly. You broke my windshield. So what? You're at late-stage martial apprentice. Realizing Sumo's level, Juki clenched his jaw. A so-called cripple suddenly this strong? Impossible. Sumo stepped out of the fading smoke, eyes icy. You think you're stronger? Killing intent filled the air. Let's see how long you can keep running. Sumo had trained hard to control his lightning precisely. Time to test it. Boom, boom, boom. Dozens of lightning spheres exploded toward Juki's position. Juki's face changed. His lightning control surpasses normal late-stage martial apprentices. Left with no choice, Juki poured everything into his wind speed, darting away like a missile. He sneered. Even if you're latest stage, you still can't hit me. But as Sumo guided the lightning spheres in pursuit, Juki suddenly vanished. In the blink of an eye, he appeared behind Sumo, blade flashing down. It'll split you in half. Sumo reacted instantly, twisting aside at the last second. The blade still grazed his face, drawing blood. Juki didn't stop. Slashes came like a raging storm. He laughed wildly. This is the gap between us. Die, trash! He lunged again, sword blazing. Sumo stayed calm. Juki was right. Power means nothing if it can't hit. Each one was small, but at this rate, he'd be carved apart sooner or later. Thanks to his wind talent, Joki's speed and reflexes were beyond human. Sumo gritted his teeth. That wind talent, him taking it. Joki moved like a gust of wind, but Sumo noticed something. No matter where he dashed, he always circled back near him. So Sumo focused and broke it down. Joki attacked every 5 to 6 seconds. Next move 9 o'clock. Sumo instantly activated his lightning talent. Thunder gathered in his hand and formed a blazing bow, crackling with insane power. He aimed at the predicted spot and fired. A lightning arrow ripped through the air. Joki stepped right into it and felt the danger too late. No dodge, too slow. The lightning arrow pierced straight through him and blasted him into a tree. Blood sprayed. His vision went blurry. Somehow he forced himself up, roaring in disbelief. Impossible! I can't lose! He glared at Sumo. You bastard! You're just trash. How could I lose to you? Losing to a loser like you, I won't accept it! Sumo's face turned ice cold. Dagger in hand, he walked forward step by step. Joki panicked. Sumo, just wait. Then his voice shook. You're trying to kill me? You can't! My dad is a peak stage martial artist. If I die, hell never spare you! He instantly begged. Spare me, I have treasures! I'll give them all to you! But Sumo's blade was faster. One clean stab through the chest before he could finish. Too noisy, Sumo said calmly. If you die, your stuff is mine anyway. No hesitation, Joki was finished. The system chimed in. Target Joki can be collected. Proceed with collection. Sumo smirked. Of course, that wind talent is mine. Moments later, the absorption was complete. Whoosh. In a blink, Sumo shot forward. His body moved like the wind itself, speed exploding several times over. Leaves scattered everywhere. That's fast, this feels amazing. He felt fully synced with the wind, moving 3 times faster than before. His control and agility also skyrocketed. He jumped around, testing his mobility. Yeah, this was addictive. Then he stopped in front of Joki's corpse. His lashed wind talent really lives up to the hype. He checked again. Maybe there's more to collect. The system responded. Martial skill detected. Breaking air blade bronze tier. Sumo froze, then laughed. So this system doesn't just take talents. It steals learned skills too. That's broken. First place reward in the trial was only a bronze skill and he just got one for free. Still grinning, he absorbed breaking air blade. The skill had 3 levels. Level 1 coats the blade with blade aura. By level 3, the aura becomes solid light with terrifying power. He recalled Joki's blade only level 1, faint glow but deadly. If I reach level 3, the aura can extend 30 meters. As he was thinking, the system rang out again. Target scan complete. Special item detected. Collect. Special item. Sumo didn't hesitate. Collect. Collection successful. Congratulations. You obtained a treasure map. A treasure map. This system can even loot items like that. Curious, he tossed it into the air. The map unfolded into a massive projected terrain. Every tree and blade of grass detailed. The system marked a specific location. Earth Dragon's Lair. Sumo's eyes lit up instantly. Rumor says Earth Marrow lies there. Martial artists can use it to upgrade their innate lifebound treasure. No way of missing that. Then he suddenly stopped, expression turning sharp. Behind Joki stood the Zhou family of Luyang. Not small fry. No one can know I killed him. He glanced at the corpse and gave a faint smile. Since I'm here, might as well check for anything else useful. No wasting loot. Under the dim moonlight, Sumo carefully erased every trace. Then he starts hunting for the wind spirit hive, and after some digging, boom, a giant glowing beehive. It sparkles with this mystical light as he carefully collects the wind spirit essence into a small vial, shining like liquid jade. He sighs, such a massive hive and only half a kilo of essence. At best, that's 10 days of training. Still, today was a jackpot. Besides the essence, he got 21 beast blood bottles, 6 from the giant bear, 8 from his unlucky classmates, and 7 from other beasts. Checking Joki's corpse, he frowns. Just a blade in a strange leather pouch. And wait, Joki didn't even carry that blade before. Curious, Sumo injects his yuan key into the pouch. The mouth snaps open and dumps a mountain of loot. He literally falls over. Bro, hit the jackpot, it's a storage pouch. As expected from the Zhou family, even normal martial artists can't afford this thing. Inside, shiny origin stones and 3 portions of tier 2 beast blood. Joki really was a walking ATM. No. Sumo stuffs everything back into the storage pouch and hides it carefully. This treasure cannot be exposed. In Liang Base, almost nobody owns one. Back to business. He takes out the wind spirit essence and decides to test it. One gulp. The liquid flows through his body, spreading pure yuan qi everywhere, completely different from beast blood. It feels like electricity running through his veins. No pain. Just gentle healing over his minor wounds. Sumo closes his eyes, enjoying the steady rise of power. Just a few minutes later. It's done. A small sip digests what would normally take 3 days in an instant. If he had an endless supply, he could absorb beast blood nonstop. His eyes sharpen. Time to level up before exploring the Earth Dragon's lair. The next morning, he follows the map. The system marks it clearly. The lair is right ahead, underground. He lands before a dark cave. It looks completely cleaned out, like investigators already swept it. No one would guess treasure still hides here. Joki really covered his tracks. The deeper he goes, the darker it gets. 10 minutes in, still no end. Then the system alerts him an abnormal stone wall on the right. Sumo narrows. Illusion trick, natural formation. The system not only detects it but breaks it. That's insane. Without hesitation, he steps through. Inside is a smaller cave where a glowing pool shimmers softly. 1,000-year spirit marrow. Beside it lies another glowing item radiating mysterious aura. A companion treasure. He recalls the records. Heaven and earth treasures often come with guardians or paired items. Grab first, study later. He quickly collects the item, then reviews how to use the spirit marrow soak the body inside. He grins. Finally a bath. It's been days. Clothes off. He jumps straight into the pool. The moment he sinks in, a strange sorrowful feeling surges up. What is this? It's the life and death emotions of countless creatures over 1,000 years, fused into the marrow. Heavy, bloody, yet bursting with endless vitality. After soaking for a while, Sumo feels light as a feather. He presses his hand to the ground to stand, and shoots 10 meters into the air. Wait, what? He didn't even mean to jump. Then it hits him. The wind attribute has fully fused into his body. His weight barely matters anymore. The system reports Heightier training physique, advanced lightning talent, advanced wind talent. Sumo clicks his tongue. 4 bottles of beast blood only gave him 500 strength points last night. This marrow upgraded both physique and talents. He looks back at the pool. Even if it only works once, better save some. You never know when it'll come in clutch. He fills a small bottle with the 1,000-year spirit marrow and seals it tight. 3 days left before the trial ends. Sumo decides it's time to push his power to a whole new level. 3 days later, everyone gathers at the extraction point, ready to head back. The teachers start announcing scores. Mai Guangtao 13 points, Yuan Hanyi 6 points. The crowd buzzes instantly. High scorers are grinning. Low scorers look crushed. One guy laughs. Someone got 67 points and is probably dreaming about first place. Another student nods confidently. First place has to be Joe Ki. No way anyone beats him. Just as they hype Joe Ki up, Sumo walks out of the forest, calm as ever. The students freeze. Sumo is alive. How did he survive the beasts? He ignores them, walks straight to the inspection table, drops his storage pouch down. Here to submit my results. He pours everything out. A mountain of high-quality materials. The teacher's eyes go wide. How is this even possible? The guy with no talent pulled this off. The system announces Sumo won a 3. The crowd explodes. No way. He must have looted someone. Joe Ki is still missing. Did Sumo steal his materials? A teacher asks sternly, did you see Joe Ki in the forest? Sumo replies coldly, no. The teacher frowns. Then where did these beast materials come from? Sumo shrugs, I hunted them myself. The students scoff, but the teacher silences them. Even if Joe Ki's death is unfortunate, Sumo couldn't possibly kill him. He turns to the group. This hunting trial is over. First place Sumo. Rewards will be distributed at the academy. This area is still dangerous. Whatever killed Joe Ki might still be nearby. Everyone board the vehicles. We're leaving. Before departure, the teacher quietly calls Sumo aside. Joe Ki is dead and you have the most loot. The Joe family won't believe you're innocent. Take your reward and stay home for a few days. A few days later at Luoyang Base, inside the ancient Joe family residence. Patriarch Zhou Cheng roars, eyes bloodshot. My son vanished during the academy trial. Not even a body left. A servant kneels. The academy found nothing. They assume beasts devoured him. Strangely, the champion was Sumo, the so-called cripple who fought young master over a woman. Zhou Cheng grits his teeth. A cripple winning first place? In fury, he crushes the head of a leopard beside him with one hand. Instant kill. Something's wrong. Bring Sumo to me. If he's connected to Joe Ki's death, then the secret treasure must be in his hands. That night at Sumo's house, a voice calls out, Sumo, I'm back. Silence, the house is empty. Where did he go? The girl mutters, remembering how he's been cooking and taking care of things lately. Totally different from before. Before eating, she starts training. 1 month left until the academy finals. She wants to reach martial artist and win first place and hunt a 2-headed snake gallbladder for Sumo. While training, she notices a strange burn mark on the floor, like it was struck by lightning. When did that happen? Scene shifts to an abandoned area outside Luoyang Base. The system calculates combat data. Base strength 9900 Jin with lightning talent boost 19700 Jin. Nearly a month since the trial ended. On day 15, Sumo hit 9900 Jin. Just 100 more to break into martial artist, but for half a month, 0 progress. I've reached the peak of martial apprentice. I need to break the bottleneck. He decides to train his movement technique instead. The technique is called Phantom Step. Bronzadier, a reward from the trial. Following the manual, he channels Yuan force into his feet and spreads the rest through his body. A few minutes later, he starts stumbling, struggling to keep his balance. Not only does he have to control his Yuan force, he must sync his breathing, heartbeat, and every tiny body shift. For normal martial artists, mastering Phantom Step is brutal. But for Sumo, with wind talent, this technique feels tailor-made for him. He smirks and whoosh, gone in a blink. Bronzier Phantom Step allows short-range instant movement with after images. Perfect for real combat. He tries again. This time he moves so fast the naked eye can't follow. Just a faint blur left behind. Insane speed. Not bad for one day, he smiles, confidence rising. Just as he's about to leave, a figure suddenly appears. An old man with silver hair and razor-sharp eyes stands before him, or a screaming Joe family elite. You are Sumo, the old man asks coldly. Our patriarch invites you to dine at the Joe residence. Sumo frowns slightly, calm, unmoved. I don't know your patriarch, and I'm not interested. Please leave. I need to eat. The old man sneers. Our patriarch is Zhou Cheng, late-stage martial artist, future martial master. In Luoyang Base, he's untouchable. Are you sure you don't want to save some face? Sumo lets out a cold chuckle. His gaze sharp as a blade. If Zhou Cheng came himself, maybe I'd consider it. But you, who do you think you are? The old man's face darkens. Refuse a toast and drink a forfeit. He lunges like a raging tiger. But the moment his hand reaches Sumo, Sumo vanishes like a ghost. In the blink of an eye, Sumo reappears behind him. Phantom-level movement. The old man's eyes flash when he spots the blade in Sumo's hand. Joe Ki's blade. So it's true. The young master's death is connected to you. The old man roars and attacks again, determined to capture him. Sumo dodges effortlessly and from midair slashes out a sharp blade key. The old man stumbles back in shock. Impossible! That's Void Cleaving Blade! Sumo's eyes turn icy. Level 1 Void Cleaving Blade. Didn't expect that, did you? The old man grits his teeth, Yuan Ki exploding around him. How do you know the young master's blade technique? What did you do to him? His nails ignite red, transforming into blazing claws, fire thorn claw. Seeing the ultimate move unleashed, Sumo doesn't hesitate. His battle intent surges. Want to know what happened to him? It'll send you down to ask him yourself. The old man snarls, you both have wind talent, but how is your blade stronger than his? He prepares to drag Sumo back alive. Their forces collide, Yuan-Clear erupts like fireworks. The air itself trembles. The old man is only early-stage martial artist with fire talent, strong but nothing special. Sumo smirks. My talents are advanced tier. My physique too. Why would I fear you? The old man unleashes a barrage of fire thorn claws, raining attacks onto Sumo's protective yuan shield. A tiny crack appears. The old man seizes it instantly now. The shield shatters. He dives from above, claws glowing like death itself. But Sumo just grins. Been waiting for that. Suddenly heavenly thunder palm. Lightning explodes as his hand strikes straight toward the old man's face. Boom. Sumo slams him into the ground with terrifying force. The impact is like crushing a grasshopper. Thunder roars, lightning flashes, lighting up the entire abandoned block. The Joe elder who came in all arrogant now lies motionless on the ground, burned out. Sumo stands there calmly. Early stage martial artist, in front of me, zero resistance. My strength now might rival mid-stage, maybe even late stage. But a warning rises in his heart. Joe Cheng is watching now. That old fox has been late stage for years. Right now, I'm probably not his match. If I want to break from martial apprentice into martial artist fast, he'll have to go deeper into the wilderness and push through life-on-death battles. At the Martial Pavilion Hall, the place is buzzing like a marketplace. Warriors buying gear, trading intel, accepting high-paying missions. Sumo steps inside, eye-scanning shelves packed with pills, weapons, survival supplies. If I'm training in the wild, I need proper prep, no cutting corners. He stops at Q Pavilion, a luxury shop owned by the Q Merchant Alliance, known for top-tier goods. A young clerk greets him with a bright smile. Sumo nods. He'll be staying in the wilderness for a while. What survival gear do you recommend? Her eyes sparkle. You came to the right place. We have complete wilderness kits, first aid, tools, everything. Almost every martial artist buys one. Sumo picks the premium package. This one, how much? 600 origin stones. She studies him. Not your average warrior. Suddenly, an argument erupts nearby. A man sounds annoyed. Stop pestering me. Your mission is too dangerous. A two-headed python is mid-tier rank 2. You need at least mid-stage martial artist. A pale young girl pleads desperately. She needs the beast's heart to cure her foster parents. No one dares accept. Sumo listens quietly. Mid-tier rank 2, that's tough, but not impossible for me, and the beast lives in Dashu Mountain, exactly where I'm heading. He turns to the girl. Is the mission still open? Her teary eyes light up.
Yes.
You want to take it? Sumo gently says, I'll take it. The girl bursts into grateful tears. Onlookers whisper. Someone actually accepted, probably just showing off in front of the girl. A noble-looking young lady nearby signals her servant. Since someone took it, we won't interfere. She observes quietly. Risking yourself for a hopeless mission, rare character these days. The young girl looks at Sumo with pure gratitude. 2 days later, at Dashu Mountain Wilderness, 100 miles from Liang Base, Sumo arrives at one of the most popular training grounds for martial artists. But the real Dashu Mountain, filled with low-tier beasts like iron wire mantises. This is where the real grind begins. After half a day fighting dozens of beasts, Sumo feels his strength sharpening. With lightning boost, his force now breaks 10,000 jin. His physique keeps stabilizing, and Phantom Step is close to second-tier breakthrough. Suddenly killing intent from behind, a swift wolf flashes in and slashes at his back. But Sumo vanishes instantly. Trying to sneak me. One cold slash, the beast splits in half. He stands tall, eyes firm. Once I break into martial artist, that two-headed python is next. At Liang No Puan Academy, the atmosphere is electric. Students crowd around the main stage for the upcoming grand hunting trial announcement. Who are those guys? One whispers nervously. They don't look friendly. Probably tough guys, his friend mutters. Suddenly a powerful voice silences the hall. Principal Shenqing appears grandmaster level. His presence alone shuts everyone up. This year's trial will be different. He pauses. Liang Base will cooperate with Changfeng Base. The hall erupts. Twosity trial. All academies and martial halls from both bases joining. This just got serious. Shenqing raises a hand. The location will be around Dashu Mountain. The danger level you already know. You may form teams freely, you may also withdraw. But rewards are massive. Top 10 teams or individuals will receive storage pouches, martial skills, beast blood, origin stones. The elite students exchange determined looks. Sounds fun. Dashu Mountain has rank 3 and even rank 4 beasts. That's a real challenge. In the crowd someone sighs. It's better if Sumo doesn't come. Too dangerous. Meanwhile a girl stands quietly, eyes blazing. 3 days ago I broke into martial artist. This time I'll make top 10 and kill that two-headed python for Sumo. Suddenly, noise erupts from one side of the hall. Shouting. Commotion. Then a mocking voice rings out. Not even one of you dares step up. Just hearing Dashu Mountain scares you. It's Guang, top genius of Changfeng Base. Mid-stage martial artist aura bursts from him. High-tier blade talent. Guang is gracious enough to comment on Luyang's weakness. A Luyang student snaps back furious. Watch your mouth. Once the trial starts, you'll learn what happens when you talk big. Before he finishes, Guang flashes forward, blade shining coldly. He slashes down brutally, dust exploding everywhere. But at that instant, a figure rushes in. Chen Xiu, wearing infinity gloves, blocks the strike cleanly. Fighting is forbidden inside the academy? Her eyes sharp as stars. Su Guang smirked, eyes sliding over her with clear interest. Who knew tiny Luyang Base had a beauty like this? Right then, a teacher stepped in, voice cold. What are you two doing? Move it, we're leaving. Just like that, the clash got cut short. Su Guang sneered. Little beauty, see you at Dashu Mountain, don't run. And he walked off like he owned the place. 2 days later, Dashu Mountain echoed with beastly roars. Chumo stood there drenched in blood, eyes burning with focus. Beast corpses everywhere. Bro had been grinding nonstop. He pulled out a vial of beast blood and chugged it in one go. Warm energy surged through him, stamina restored. The lightning inside his body started raging, like a breakthrough was knocking. The beasts barely dared to lift their heads before charging again. Lightning exploded from Chumo's limbs, wild and unstoppable. A warrior needs pressure to break through. Good. Come again. Like a moth to flame. Chumo rushed straight into the swarm. One move. Blinding lightning swept the field. Heads shattered, tail severed. All down. His aura soared as his vital energy hit its limit. Then boom. A pillar of lightning shot into the sky, tearing across Dashu Mountain. Beneath Chumo's feet lay piles of second-level beasts, blood soaking the earth. Impurities were completely purged. His meridians flowed clean like he'd just been reborn. The system's cold voice rang out, calculating base strength 17,710 Jin with lightning and wind enhancement 71,235. Chumo grinned, eyes blazing. Finally past 10,000 Jin. I'm officially a warrior. With lightning and wind I can fight mid-stage warriors. Zhou Chang. Not scary anymore. But first, he had to finish the mission he promised that girl. He planned to train while heading toward the two-headed python's territory, not realizing his breakthrough had already drawn it in. A massive two-headed python appeared. Its body was mountain-sized. Chumo looked like dust before its crimson eyes. Mid-level second-rank beast. Chumo narrowed his eyes. No, its peak second-rank. Power equal to a late-stage warrior. Suddenly, it spat out a wave of poison straight at him. Chumo dodged instantly. He slid back, sweat forming. Damn, I forgot it has two heads. The second head lunged, fangs flashing. Chumo slammed a punch into it and flipped upward, wind talent boosting his speed. Then he realized the real danger. Not good, it's flooding the area with poison. The two heads worked perfectly together, hurting him like prey. Every strike forced him toward the other head. I can't let it rid my movement. Chumo activated Yangsu Step, his wind movement art turning him into a blur. But just as he thought he escaped, the second head suddenly accelerated and snapped down. He barely dodged, losing a piece of his shirt. He exhaled hard, heart pounding, 1 second slower and I'd be dead. The two-headed python kept attacking nonstop. Chumo could only dodge, sweat dripping. At this rate, my stamina's done. No more running. He gritted his teeth, poured all his vital energy into his legs, and in that split second of life and death, unlocked the second layer of Yangsu Step. One head of the python lunged with its fangs wide open, but Chumo turned into an afterimage and vanished. His speed skyrocketed. The bite slammed into the ground instead, rocks exploding everywhere. That crash definitely broke a few teeth. The python panicked, red eyes scanning wildly, unable to track Chumo. He moved like a ghost at full throttle. Looking for me, he said coldly, and in the same breath, a blade flashed and sliced off one head with mid-stage warrior power. Too fast to react. Just like that, one head was gone. The beast shrieked in agony, spewing thick poison that blanketed the area like a death fog. But Chumo saw it coming. Perfect timing. The second layer of Yangsu Step was active. All his vital energy surged into his movement. The poison couldn't even touch him. You're too slow. His eyes hardened. No hesitation, he gripped his blade and charged the last remaining head. Let's end this. Frost energy gathered. One strike to kill. Slash. A lightning-fast arc cut through the air and cleanly severed the second head. The peak second-rank beast collapsed. Fight over. Chumo landed, breathing hard. Staring at the mountain-sized corpse, he finally felt how terrifying it really was. That was way too close. Good thing Yangsu's step broke through in time. He dug out the snake heart for the mission, grabbed the gallbladder, 2 bottles of beast blood, and even eyed the shining snake skin for armor. He took everything valuable and smirked. After that brutal fight, of course I'm looting it all. 1 peak second-rank beast equals 100 low ones. Don't. Now that he was officially a warrior, it was time to head back and pick some proper cultivation techniques. Suddenly, a scream shattered the silence. Chumo, save me! His eyes narrowed, and he shot off like a beam of light. In a blink, he stood before a female student being chased by 2 gale wolves. She only saw a blur flash past. Was that even human speed? 1 clean swing later, the wolves were down. The girl stared in shock. You're Chen Shiki's fiancé, Chumo, right? He nodded calmly. That's me. You're Du Jing from the beast class, right? Why are you getting chased? Du Jing took a shaky breath. Yes, we ran into the Gale Wolf King and that bastard Xu Guang. Chumo, Chen Shiki is in serious danger. Go save her, please. He grabbed her wrist slightly. What did you say? Chen Shiki's in danger. Explain. Du Jing looked at him, stunned and doubtful. This is Chumo, the guy Chen Shiki used to protect. Wasn't he unable to cultivate? Then how did he just kill second-rank wolves? That's strength, that's late-stage warrior level. Seeing her step back, Chumo frowned and eased his tone. Did I scare you? Sorry. What happened between you and Chen Shiki? Du Jing panted and quickly explained. The academy trial became a joint trial with Changfeng Base at Dashu Mountain. We were collecting wind spirit grass when Gale Wolves surrounded us. Chen Shiki protected me, but then Xu Guang, the genius of Changfeng Base, blocked our escape. Chumo's face darkened. Xu Guang from Changfeng Base. Du Jing nodded, voice trembling. Chen Shiki stayed behind to hold them off so I could find help. When I left, she was already injured. Chumo, hurry and save her. We were attacked about 10 miles southeast. Chumo clenched his fist, eyes firm. Of course I'm going. Rest up and find the elite class. With Yangsu step, he turned into a streak of light and shot southeast at lightning speed. Du Jing watched, heart racing. Somehow after seeing Chumo, she felt strangely safe, like he'd definitely saved Chen Shiki. Cut to deep within Dashu Mountain. Chen Shiki stood there swaying but unyielding. Xu Guang's men were already down at her feet, but her injuries were heavy. Every move looked harder than the last. Xu Guang smirked. Beautiful, I told you. Liang Base is full of trash. You hurt my men though, not bad. Follow me and it'll give you a future. Chen Shiki snorted. You're just a coward using beasts to ambush us, and you call yourself a genius. Su Guang laughed. So you figured out? Smart girl. The moment he relaxed, Chen Shiki burned her last bit of strength and rushed in for a final punch. But Su Guang's eyes flashed. He saw it coming. Stubborn girl. He poured vital energy into his massive blade, aura blazing. Let me show you the gap between us. Take this. The blade came crashing down with terrifying force. She raised her infinity gloves to block. The impact made her cough blood. She was blasted back dozens of meters into a tree. The trunk shook. Leaves rained down. Chen Shiki collapsed, barely breathing. Su Guang sneered. Look at you now. I'll give you one last chance. Follow me or die. She bit her lip, eyes burning. I'd rather die. No more words, just pure defiance. Su Guang's face turned cold. Since awakening my high-tier blade talent and ranking first at Changfeng Base, no one has rejected me. Fine, die. He raised his blade, killing intent surging. Chen Shiki slowly closed her eye. Is this where it ends? Suddenly, killing intent exploded. Chumo appeared like lightning, blade wrapped in thunder, slashing straight at Su Guang. Clang, blades collided. Sparks flew. Lightning talent roared through the air. Su Guang was blasted backwards, stumbling. Even stabbing his blade into the ground, he was pushed back over 10 meters. Blood dripped from his arm. His face turned pale. Too fast, too strong. A mid-stage warrior. How are you suppressing me? Who are you? Since when did Luoyang Base have someone like you? Chumo smirked coldly. So much talking. You fight with your mouth or what? Get ready to get wrecked. Even as her consciousness faded, Chen Shiki heard that familiar voice and saw his back shielding her. Su Guang roared in disbelief. A nobody from Liang dares challenge me. He unleashed full blade energy and charged again. Chumo calmly blocked. High-tier blade talent and high-tier water talent too. Dual attributes. Not bad. He almost used Yangsu step to dodge, then remembered Chen Shiki was behind him. He could let her get caught in it. No choice left. Chumo poured wind blade energy forward and clashed head-on. The two forces collided, shaking the entire forest like a mini earthquake. Suddenly, a shard of ice shot out from the blast, slicing past Chumo and striking Chen Shiki. Thud, she dropped instantly, completely unconscious. Chumo turned, eyes blazing. Damn her dead. He charged and unleashed a heaven-splitting slash so fast Su Guang couldn't react. Boom. The impact crushed him backward. Su Guang gritted his teeth, trembling. What is this? You're not late stage. At most you're near me. How can you kill me? Before he finished, Chumo's blade flashed into an afterimage. Slash slash slash. Phantom cleave tore through him. Chumo snorted. So much trash talk. I'm not some keyboard warrior. With the system boosting my base strength, anything's possible. He calmly stored his blade and turned to the loot. As expected, Su Guang had a storage bag, and it was stacked. Tons of low-grade origin stones and beast materials, jackpot. Seeing Chen Shiki unconscious, Chumo frowned slightly. He'd give her Su Guang's storage bag for the trial points. First, he erased all traces of Su Guang's corpse. The system chimed. Collection successful. High-tier blade talent acquired. Use fusion. The next morning in a quiet forest, Chumo stood alone, blade in hand, feeling the new talent. He could sense the blade's rhythm, almost like it was breathing. It felt alive. Suddenly, a beast crept from the bushes. Chumo smirked and leapt up, sending out a razor-sharp blade arc. In a blink, the beast was done. The Twin Frost Thunder Blade taken from Su Guang was insane. Its zero attribute came from the blade art itself. No wonder Su Guang was the genius of Changfeng Base, a platinum-tier weapon, rare stuff. With talent, base strength, and the system combined, he pushed it way beyond Su Guang ever could. Base strength 18, 290 Jin. With lightning and wind 75, 314 Jin. Chumo nodded, satisfied. Time to head back, though this old blade was wrecked. Gotta swap it out. He smiled, thinking of the little girl waiting. A month already. She's probably losing patience. Maybe it's time for a surprise. 2 days later at the Warrior Supply Hall, the rest area was packed. The little girl sat there as always, staring at the entrance, waiting for Chumo. A few people nearby whispered and pointed. Still waiting. Has probably dead in the forest. The two-headed python is mid-second rank. If it was that easy, he'd be back by now. The girl clenched her fists, panic flickering in her eyes. Did he not go or did he really die? No, he can do it. If even he can't, then I'm done. Right then, the hall door swung open. A dusty figure stepped in, aura strong. The girl froze, eyes wide. Wait, is that him? The guy who took the two-headed python mission. The entire hall erupted. Impressive, huh? Chumo walked forward, calm but confident. He stopped in front of the little girl and smiled lightly. I'm here to complete the mission. This is what you needed. The two-headed python's heart. She took it with trembling hands. Tears welled up. You really did it. Chumo nodded gently. Didn't disappoint you. It's the real heart. Check it if you want. She examined it carefully but couldn't tell at her level. A man nearby, the same one who mocked earlier, stepped in. Kid's cultivation is too low. Let me see. He grabbed it, eyes widening. This is real, and not ordinary. It's from a peak second-rank python. Your mom can be saved now. The girl hugged the heart, tears streaming. Thank you, this is your reward just like I promised. Chumo accepted the reward, gave it a quick check, and nodded. Mission complete. I'll get going. Suddenly she called out as he turned away. Wait, I still want to ask something. That beast egg hasn't hatched in over 10 years. Everyone thinks it's dead. Why did you still take the mission? Chumo paused and looked back, eyes calm but deep. He just smiled and said softly, it was within my ability. The crowd buzzed. A young man who beheaded a two-headed python. That's at least late-stage warrior. In this world, finding someone reliable is rare. Yet he just said it so casually. Within my ability, huh? Back at Liang Base, Chumo looked even stronger after the breakthrough. Time to trade beast materials for origin stones, buy a body tempering technique, and forge a new blade. He stopped in front of QU Pavilion, the biggest supply store in the base. A young clerk greeted him brightly. Back from training, warrior. Congrats on leveling up. What can we get for you? Chumo glanced at her, slightly surprised. Last time he couldn't tell, but this clerk was actually at warrior level, and she spotted his breakthrough instantly. This place wasn't simple. I'm here to sell beast materials. Then I need some cultivation items. She led him inside. Elder Yang, a warrior, wants to sell materials and buy supplies. An old man stepped out calmly. I'll appraise your goods. Chumo laid everything on the table. Please take a look. Elder Yang narrowed his eyes. High quality stuff. Even second-rank materials. From someone not even 20. Impressive. After checking carefully, he nodded. Total value 150,000 low-grade origin stones.
Deal.
Chumo smiled slightly. Fair pricing, just like the rumors. But I also need a suitable combat blade, or maybe forging services. The clerk beamed confidently. If we don't have it, nowhere in Liang base does. Here's our catalog, take your pick. Sumo scanned the list, and yet the prices hit hard. A tier 3 alloy combat blade costs 100,000 origin stones. The Bloodbear beast 200,000 is 150,000. Suddenly felt broke. So he calmly asked for a tier 3 alloy combat blade, a body tempering technique for the martial warrior realm, and an encyclopedia on plants and common beasts. Before he could even finish asking the total, the clerk smiled. The owner of QU Pavilion wants to see you. Please follow me. Sumo frowned. The owner wants me. Why? No clue. But he followed anyway. Lead the way. The clerk brought him upstairs to a luxurious private room. Inside sat a stunning young woman, and beside her, an old lady with a terrifying aura. He recognized them instantly, not strangers. On the old lady's robe was the golden leaf emblem of the Q Merchant Alliance, a martial master acting as an attendant. Yeah, this boss lady was no joke. Sumo stayed sharp. This meeting just leveled up. The young woman smiled gracefully. I'm Yang Shanshan from the Q Merchant Alliance. Sorry for inviting you so suddenly. She even knew his name, so she investigated him. Sumo kept calm. Boss Yang, you're too polite. What do you need from me? Yang Shanshan didn't waste time. I'd like to invite you to join the QU Merchant Alliance. That caught him off guard. He wasn't ready for that one. She continued smoothly. Don't misunderstand. I noticed you when you saved that girl. You couldn't cultivate for years, yet you killed a two-headed python. Your strength is at least mid-stage martial warrior, maybe higher. And your talent isn't bad either. Sumo was slightly shaken. She knew that too. Still, he only gave a faint smile. Yang Shanshan laughed softly. Relax, everyone has secrets. I'm not here to dig into yours. Kind personality, outstanding talent, impressive strength. However you look at it, you're a genius. She clapped lightly. The old lady presented a blade glowing with cold light. A tier 4 combat blade, forged from the frost and blood of a mid-tier level 3 beast, fused with tier 4 alloy. Perfect for you. Sumo's eyes flickered with surprise, but he hit it fast. Thank you for the appreciation, Boss Yang. But I value freedom. I'm not planning to join any faction right now. Yang Shanshan wasn't surprised at all. People like you don't bend easily. We won't force you, but we can cooperate. QU Pavilion is only a branch. The real Q Merchant Alliance is based at Jinlang Base, thousands of miles from Liang. Our power far exceeds any force here. If you become our consultant, we'll give you monthly origin stones, priority purchasing rights, and a 20% discount. In return, you help us once a year. You can refuse and switch tasks. So Su Xiancheng, what do you think? Sumo thought carefully. Smart move. Even if they can't recruit him, they still secure ties. And that priority access? That's tempting. Young Shanshan smiled like she read his mind. Take your time, no rush. As a gift, everything you want today is free. The blade too. Consider it a token of goodwill. Sumo raised a brow. Boss Yang, aren't you afraid he'll take the blade and still refuse? Yang Sansan gave a light smile, eyes sharp as ever. Not even 200,000 yuan stones in one blade. Pocket change for alliance. She believed Sumo would make the smart call. Sumo nodded with a faint grin. He accepted the consultant position without hesitation. Easy choice. With that, he turned and left, his steady figure disappearing behind the door. From upstairs, Yang Sansan and the old woman watched. The old woman frowned. Sumo's decent, sure. But just a genius from tiny Liang. Why invest this much? Yang Sansan smiled mysteriously. The old woman froze. Wait, could it be Senior Chu? Yang Sansan nodded softly. She reminded her that one of her dual talents was special support perception. The moment Sumo walked in, she felt it. She sensed a familiar aura from him. They were the same kind of people. The old woman was stunned, but said nothing more. Scene shift. Plaza of Nopon Academy, Liang Base. Students gathered after the Tuosity trial. The place was buzzing. Chen Shiyu stood at the top of the rankings, injured but dominant. Someone whispered in awe. Another side about Gu Kun dropping to 5th after running into Xu Guang. Surrounded, injured. And Xu Guang, dead or missing. No body found. On stage, the principal called Chen Shiyu up. She stood there, lost in thought. Without Xu Guang's storage bag and that mysterious savior, she'd be third at best. But that person vanished. Was it really him? A student nudged her. Bro, snap out of it. They're calling you. Hurry up, Chen Shiyu. Don't leave the principal hanging. She snapped back to reality and took a deep breath. Then stepped onto the stage, posture firm. But her heart was still heavy with questions about her savior. The award ceremony ended in loud applause, closing a chaotic trial. Cut to an abandoned zone outside Luoyang. Sumo was training hard. The cold calamity thunder blade flashed in his hand. Each slash tore through the wind, cutting down vicious spider beasts around him. Had just entered the beginner stage of this blade art, but the power already made enemies tremble. Mid-fight, Sumo felt his body turn light, like he was gliding on air. Thunder and wind talent syncing perfectly with the blade. Then suddenly, the ground burst open. A beast with saw-like teeth lunged up. One bite and he was done. Sumo reacted instantly, activating level 2 Radiant Step and leaping high. Sneak attack, big mistake. One slash drop. Frost energy exploded from the strike, freezing over the beast. It wasn't fatal, but the ice locked it in place. The creature thrashed wildly, completely stuck. Trying to run, Sumo's eyes turned cold. Void Break Blade perfected. A heaven-shaking slash came down and split the beast in half. The force didn't stop there. It blasted through the concrete wall behind it. Dust filled the air. Before the blazing gate, Sumo stood tall. He had fully mastered Cold Calamity, Thunderblade, and Void Break Blade. Just this alone doubled his killing power. If Shu Guang showed up now, one slash, that's it. Even so, unease lingered in his chest. It felt like he was missing a final piece, as if excess origin energy inside him still waited to be unlocked. Was his origin energy not deep enough, or was his body still far from its limit? Even after reaching martial artist, Sumo knew bone tempering was still a long way off. He hadn't even fully stepped into the bone tempering stage yet. Determination flared. From today on, origin energy would be his guide. He immediately circulated it through his entire body. Days passed. He trained like a madman, fists smashing into sandbags, kicks flying, blades swinging thousands of times a day. At night, he meditated, guiding origin energy through veins and muscles, pushing toward bone refinement. Half a month later, his body suddenly shook. Bones cracked loudly. Impurities were forced out of his marrow. He was stunned. He didn't expect marrow cleansing to cause such drastic change. With refined origin methods, his training speed jumped fivefold. At this pace, 3 years max, and it'd enter martial master. Then doubt crept in. Half a month had passed. Was Zhou Cheng watching him? Even if he didn't fear Zhou Ya, their foundation in Luoyang was deep. Plenty of experts under them. Sumo's gaze turned icy. He needed more power. Scene shift: Zhou family villa. A carrier pigeon landed with fresh intel. A servant rushed in. Master, we've found Sumo. Good. Where? Has been back for half a month, training in the wasteland. Just returned home. That's how we tracked him. Zhou Ya narrowed his cold eyes. Smart brat. Last time someone failed to return, I warned him. His hiding and training nonstop. Probably got treasure from West Zhou's secret land. Zhou Ya clenched his fist. Before I knock on his door, he better learn how to defend himself. Keep watching him. Next time he heads to the wasteland, I'll personally make my move. I will kill him. In rage, he crushed the pigeon in his hand. Cut to Sumo's house. A guest from the River Jade Alliance arrived. Respectfully, they offered top consultants from Shuyu Tower. Their origin force formation could double cultivation speed. Sumo thought it over. Hunting beast wasn't efficient enough for energy absorption. Time to train properly at Shuyu Tower. He started packing. Suddenly Chen Xiu showed up and saw the luggage. You're going somewhere?
Yeah.
Just some business inside the city. Safe, don't worry. He'll be back in a few days. And hey, I heard you got hurt during the Tuo City hunt. Rest well. Congrats on first place. Chen Xiu looked at him suspiciously. Too calm, so it wasn't to make sense. How could he beat that guy? Cut to the high-level training floor of Shuyu Tower. Tuoli was pouring everything into training, mastering the Cold Calamity Thunder Blade. The technique was devastating. He controlled the frost perfectly, yet something still felt missing. Am I not using origin energy correctly? He muttered, brows tight. He circulated energy and slashed hard, same power as before. Something was off. Then it clicked, cold as ice, thunder as lightning. Forcing both together only creates chaos. The core of this technique isn't the elements, it's the word frenzy. A true blade wielder advances without hesitation. Whatever stands ahead gets cut down in one strike. Forget defense. In his mind, one blade equals 1,000. 1,000 blades become one. The only goal is to face the enemy head on until one falls. The blade is absolute. With that resolve, Tuoli unleashed a strike. The entire training room shook violently. Tuoli stepped out of the chamber, calm on the surface but radiating sharp intensity. An unusual aura followed him. As he walked past, 2 others heading to train suddenly froze. The guy stared at the tower. Did you feel that? Like it just shook? The girl shook her head. Impossible. That building's reinforced by formations. The entire training tower collapsed right in front of them. The guy panicked and pulled her back. What the hell? The tower just fell! He shouted as people rushed over from every direction. Someone roared, this is Jade Merchant Alliance property. Who dares cause trouble here? Got guts, huh? Another barked, surround him. If he resists, kill on sight. Sumo was instantly encircled. Tension maxed out. Right then, the Alliance president stepped forward. Sharp eyes, gentle smile. Sumo, you've comprehended blade momentum, haven't you? She pointed at the lingering blade mark. Not even 20 and he grasped blade momentum alone. Unreal talent. Sumo scratched his head. Manager Mu, what exactly is blade momentum? Had always been self-taught. Never learned official blade realms. She nodded in approval. Stronger than I thought. We must recruit him. She explained. Blade prodigies cultivate 3 realms. First, blade light. The blade shines with terrifying force. Second, blade momentum. The shadow of the blade dominates the field. Third, blade intent. Once drawn, the will alone suppresses the enemy. Sumo finally understood. So that's it, thank you. Then the perfected state of his heaven-splitting blade must be the first realm. No wonder he advanced so fast. He bowed apologetically. Sorry for destroying the tower. She smiled. If it helped you awaken blade momentum, 1 tower is nothing. But you need real combat to stabilize it. The crowd whispered. Who is this guy? Talking so casually with Miss Mo. He trained so hard the tower collapsed. His strength is insane. Sumo nodded. I'll take your advice. Real combat it is. As he left, he muttered, maybe it's time to revisit Great Shu Mountain. Suddenly, he sensed shadows tailing him. Zhou family dogs, his eyes narrowed. Spiritual energy surged like a tidal wave. In a blink, he vanished. The stalkers panicked. Where'd he go? Sumo appeared behind them, blade pressed to a throat. Looking for me? They froze. Too late. A flash, the first one dropped unconscious into the grass. Tss. Didn't even react before Sumo grabbed him and slammed him into a wall. Say, who sent you? The man trembled. Zhou Cheng, please spare me! No mercy! Sumo crushed his throat on the spot. As expected, Zhou Cheng. If I don't deal with him, not just me, Chen Shi is in danger too. Perfect timing. Heaven just handed him real combat practice. Zhou Cheng, wait for me. Cut to the Zhou family villa, guards everywhere. Since Zhou Qi died, Zhou Cheng's temper had gone unstable. One guard muttered, "Shut up, his son's dead." Of course he's furious. Another looked at the sky. Storm's coming tomorrow. While they chatted, Sumo moved. The rear guard vanished without a sound. When the front guard turned back, his partner was gone. Where'd he go? He barely finished speaking. Sumo appeared behind him, blade gleaming cold. In seconds, both guards were down. Sumo melted into the shadows of the estate like a ghost. The remaining guards grew uneasy. Where did those idiots run off to? Slacking in the garden again. One shouted, "Hey, shift change!" "Move it." He stepped down the stairs, unaware of what was waiting. What he saw wasn't his teammate alive and well. Every single guard had been wiped out by Sumo. He trembled. How is this possible? What the hell is going on? A sound came from behind him. He turned only to see a blood-stained blade at his throat. Before he could scream, Sumo ended him. Another body dropped cold. Cut to the Zhou family's inner hall. The air was heavy. Zhou Cheng roared in anger. Why haven't the men tailing Sumo returned? Then fighting noises echoed outside. His face darkened. What's all that noise out there? No one answered. Furious, he stormed out himself. Where is everyone? Don't tell me they're all dead. In front of him, dozens of guards lay scattered on the ground. Only Sumo stood tall beyond a thin wall radiating killing intent. Just a few lives, hardly worth calling noisy, Sumo said coldly. Zhou Cheng froze. Since when did Liang produce a monster like this? His eyes filled with suspicion. Sumo slowly turned, gaze sharp as stars. The Zhou family and I had no grudge. Why did you send men after me? Sumo smirked. You're Zhou Cheng, right? Planning to kill someone and can't even recognize him. Zhou Cheng's face changed. Wait, you're Sumo! A month ago you were barely a martial artist. I saw the body. How did you kill all my men? Then greed flashed in his eyes. The Earth Dragon nest had a hidden passage. There must have been treasure, spirit marrow, rare artifacts. You stole it from my son! That opportunity was mine. You took my destiny, Sumo! Zhou Cheng exploded with full power. Origin energy surged like raging waves. It'll kill you now. That fortune will still belong to me! Sword energy shot forward. A veteran martial artist skilled with long-range sword ki. But Sumo didn't flinch. He stomped the ground, the earth cracked. His aura burst outward. Defensive origin energy wrapped around him, nullifying every strike. So the brat can use origin force too. Zhou Cheng gritted his teeth. Fine, let's see how long you last. He leapt high, sword energy condensed, slashing straight down. Die! Sumo shifted lightly, dodging with effortless footwork. In that instant, he countered, blades slicing straight at Zhou Cheng's opening. Zhou Cheng barely blocked in time. That was close, almost joined my son. But Sumo didn't stop. Hundreds of slashes rained down like lightning. Zhou Cheng could only defend, forced back step by step. His speed and control were actually inferior. He suddenly jumped backward. A sly glint flashed in his eyes as he pressed a hidden mechanism on the wall. Boom, a massive explosion rocked the villa. The shockwave blasted Sumo away with the collapsing wall. He fell through rubble, struggling to regain balance. He landed safely, but the force shook him hard. Blood spilled from the corner of his mouth. He was injured. Zhou Cheng laughed wildly. Foolish brat. Even with treasure, you're still green. This is my territory. Tell me how you absorbed that secret treasure. Through marrow and blood. It'll rip yours out. Go apologize to my son in hell. He condensed countless sword Q again. The blade shot towards Sumo before he could fully stand. But with radiant step, he dodged them all in a blink and dashed forward like lightning. Zhou Cheng's eyes widened at the terrifying speed. Sumo activated his lightning talent. Thunder gathered violently in his palm. Bam, one heavy punch smashed straight into Zhou Cheng's chin. The guy almost lifted off the ground. A normal man would have been done. You're not injured. Zhou Cheng panicked. Before he even landed, Sumo was already in his face. Sumo coldly called him a shameless snake, then drew his blade. One terrifying slash came down. Zhou Cheng barely blocked in time. Boom, the clash exploded in blinding light. Zhou Cheng got blasted away, crashing into the dirt. But this old fox wasn't finished yet. Eyes bloodshot, he roared that no one at Luoyang base dared touch him. Suddenly, he shot forward like an arrow, activating Void Break Slash. His power spiked beyond perfected mutation level. Sumo didn't dodge. Zhou Cheng froze. Isn't he moving? Even a martial master would die to this. At best, severely injured. Sumo stood still, lightning essence gathering around him. Thunder power surged into his blade, crackling violently. Zhou Cheng stared in horror. Blade resonance. He couldn't believe Sumo reached that realm. Before he finished speaking, Sumo swung. The slash cut straight through Zhou Cheng's body. In one night, the Zhou family was wiped out. Zhou Cheng died without knowing how many cuts hit him. By morning, the Luoyang enforcement team arrived at the ruins. Every Zhou family member was dead, taken out in a single strike each. The captain admitted this blade user was far beyond their level. Scene shifts back to Sumo's place. He counted 35 bottles of level 2 beast blood and 4 of level 3 worth over 17 million. Sumo smirked. Zhou Cheng basically funded his next decade. While sorting loot, a small box suddenly caught his attention. He blinked. The beast egg inside was still breathing. It's alive. Beast eggs usually take 3 years to hatch. He tried blood recognition, failed. Poured essence into it, nothing. He even considered cracking it open. Still no reaction. After a whole night of trying, he was exhausted. Then he realized, if it were that easy, it wouldn't fall into his hands. He remembered the wind spirit fruits from Dashu Mountain. That treasure could boost wind attribute talent and potential. Night falls, a three-clawed eagle hunted in the dark sky. Suddenly, a foot stomped on its back midair. Yep, it was Sumo using the poor bird as a stepping stone. After consuming 42 wind spirit fruits and half a month of training, his sonic burst broke the sound barrier. A system panel popped up listing his stats. Wind talent advanced a realm, full power speed nearly 5 times sound. He landed on a rooftop, eyes burning with ambition. I'm not stopping here, the grind continues. Sumo fires up his tendons and blood, pushing his whole body to the limit. The guy's aura is exploding. Golden light wraps around him as origin energy surges like wild waves. This is it, he roars and goes all in. The rooftop can't handle it and literally bursts open. A massive energy pillar shoots into the sky. A tornado rips through the night and lights up the entire district. Yeah, everyone saw that. Sumo mutters, my raw strength just hit 50 tons. With lightning attributes stacked, that's 200 tons easy. Bone refinement is maxed. Time for blood refinement. Midstage martial artist already. But midstage blood training is way harder than marrow tempering. Even veterans fail for years. He wonders if QU Pavilion has any miracle drugs. Next morning at QU Pavilion, Miss Mo greets him with shock in her eyes. Sushansheng, your realm increased again? She's amazed. Every time she sees him, his stronger talents like this.
Rare.
Sumo smiles it off, just train day and night. So, any spiritual medicine to boost blood cultivation? Miss Mo nods, we do. But I need a favor first, the reward will be generous. Sumo raises a brow. Alright, let's hear it. She explains. It's tied to your advisor agreement. The Changfeng base branch found a treasure I need. We need someone to escort it back to Liang base. Sumo frowns. Luoyang to Changfeng is thousands of miles, full of beasts. I'm not doing this solo, right? She assures him they'll send multiple martial masters. Dangerous mission, huge reward. 5 bottles of unicorn jade essence. Extracted from a 3-stage unicorn rhino, it boosts blood cultivation speed tenfold. Sumo doesn't hesitate. I'm in. Unicorn rhinos are insanely rare. Has determined to get that unicorn jade essence. 5 days later, west of Luoyang City, Sumo arrives at the gathering point. He scans the team. All late stage or peak martial artists, even actual martial masters. Not a weak lineup. He quietly nods, the squad is legit. Miss Mo spots him and waves. Sushansheng over here. Sumo smiles. Sorry to keep you waiting. She shakes her head. We just got here too. Suddenly someone shouts, Zhongshuan is here. The crowd stirs. Zhongshuan, the new manager of QU Pavilion at Luoyang base, walks in like he owns the place. Miss Mo introduces him. Zhongshuan has mid-tier sword talent and low-tier metal attribute. A rare dual attribute martial artist. The moment he arrives, he tries to put an arm around Mo Shanshan. She dodges smoothly. Awkward. Zhongshuan shoots Sumo a sharp look. Be careful, Shanshan. Not everyone's trustworthy. Yeah, that was targeted. His gaze turns icy towards Sumo. Sumo instantly senses the hostility. Suddenly, loud claps echo out, grabbing everyone's attention. A man steps forward. I am Qian Yuan, late-stage martial master of the QU Merchant Alliance. He'll be leading this mission. Long journey ahead. No leaving the team. No talking to outsiders. Report anything suspicious immediately. Break the rules and you're out. This is a disciplined operation. No exceptions. Alright, if no one's backing out, introduce yourselves. Wang Hai goes first, early-stage martial master, blade specialist. Hanan follows, peak martial artist, sword user. Xin Yongsheng steps up, peak martial artist, dagger specialist, low-tier wind attribute, assassin and scout. Then Zhongshuan smirks, peak martial artist, sword user, mid-tier sword talent, low-tier metal attribute. The crowd murmur dual attributes. Not bad at all. Han turned to Sumo with a smirk, basically asking, so what can you even do, advisor? Sumo stayed calm and dropped it casually, mid-stage martial artist, that's me. The crowd instantly exploded, mid-stage, and has an advisor. Bro might become luggage on this mission. People started whispering hard. With that level, crossing 2 bases. If something happens, do we save him or just let him fold? Zhongshuan laughed coldly, adding fuel to the fire. San, I think you got scammed. Mo Shanshan shut him down immediately. Su Xiaocheng was approved by the Merchant Alliance. Has qualified. Zhongshuan ignored her. Simple. B, if not, don't even dream about joining the mission. So Mo nodded. Fine. Lightning burst around him and the whole area shook. The two stood face to face. Dual mode activated. The crowd muttered. Zhang Guanxi already reached Sword Radiance realm. Even normal martial masters struggle against him. Someone reassured Mo Shanshan, don't worry, I'll step in before things get ugly. She shook her head. No, Zhongshuan can't hurt Sumo. I'm more worried for Zhongshuan. Back at the arena, Zhongshuan grinned. Relax, I won't make it bloody. Then he charged and slashed straight down. Sumo casually sidestepped. First strike missed. Clean. Zhongshuan froze for a split second. He did not expect that dodge. Slash after slash came down. Sword light split into countless hair-thin blades, almost invisible at sonic speed. One hit and your meridians are done. Sumo frowned. This guy was aiming to cripple. Fine, no more holding back. The crowd panicked. Why is he just standing there? Zhongshuan laughed. Didn't see that coming, right? My metal talent turns sword ki into needles. You're finished. He roared and swung again. But Sumo suddenly unleashed his lightning talent. Thunder gathered in his palm. Slash, he grabbed the blade barehanded and crushed it like it was glass. Zhongshuan's face went pale. My sword light shattered. Break. The sword completely exploded in his grip. Everyone went silent. Someone blurted out. He snapped Zhongshuan's sword with his bare hands. Zhongshuan trembled, pale as paper. Sumo looked at him calmly, wondering where my power comes from. He drew his blade saber and 10 erupted. The glow was so bright Zhongshuan couldn't even open his eyes. Phantom chain slash 49 cuts in a storm. In one breath, Zhongshuan collapsed unconscious. Sumo deliberately crippled him. Didn't kill him. That's the price for running your mouth. Qianwen stepped forward to check. Still alive, but all meridians destroyed has done. He turned serious. Even a peak wind pavilion martial master like Zhongshuan lost. No wonder Sumo is an advisor at mid-stage. Now no one doubts Su Shancheng, right? Rest up. We head to Changfeng base. 4 days later, the team pushed through the long journey. Qian Yuan gave the order calmly. It's getting dark, we camp here. No fire. 5 per group, 2-hour shifts. One guy laughed. Smooth trip so far. Tomorrow we reach Changfeng base. Another nodded. Thanks to old Qian, we avoided 80% of the beasts. Boom, his head exploded mid-sentence. He dropped dead on the spot. And just like that, everything changed. No one even had time to react. A girl screamed and collapsed shaking. He just died like that. Sumo's voice turned ice cold. Stay sharp. Something's attacking us. He scanned the air. No airflow. No visible trajectory. What is this thing? Qian Yuan roared. Don't panic. Defensive formation now! The whole squad snapped into battle mode, eyes locked on every direction. A flash. And someone tried to steady himself. Too late. He swung wildly at the air, losing it. You want to pick us off one by one? Not happening! Then a space rift opened behind him. Slash. The void white mink pierced his chest. Another one down. Sumo's eyes sharpened. The moment it strikes, that's its weak point. Level 2 lightning steps activated. He moved like a beam of light. Perfected void slash unleashed. He struck the spatial crack as the mink tried to escape. Hit. It screeched in pain. The crowd erupted. He hit it! Advisor Su actually injured the void white mink? Qian Yuan shouted. It's wounded. Its speed will drop. Stay focused. A team member yelled, Advisor Su, it's here! Sumo dashed over instantly. His saber flashed nonstop. Track its direction and call it out. The team coordinated, marking its position. Then suddenly it vanished. Someone whispered, did it run? Sumo shook his head. No, unless it's dead, it never gives up. It's still here. He analyzed fast. I've cut it multiple times. It's slower now. If it's smart, I'm the next target. Good. That's my chance. Suddenly, the one-eyed girl screamed, Advisor Su, above you. Just like he predicted, the void white mink tore out of space overhead. Its jaws wide open, diving straight for his head. Sumo pivoted smoothly, sliding past its flank. This is it. His eyes turned deadly serious. Full power. He swung upward. Die. The blade cleaved into its neck. It shrieked and crashed down. One strike. Finished. Sumo knelt with his saber grounded, aura overwhelming. The crowd exploded. It's dead! That's a void white mink! Under martial grandmaster level, almost no one survives that! And he one-shot it! Someone muttered, if that slash hit me, it'd be fertilizer already. Mo Shanshan smiled softly. I knew I wasn't wrong about him. Truly worthy of the Q Merchant Alliance. Qian Yuan laughed heartily. Then I'll call you Brother Su. Thanks to you, we're all alive. The mink is yours to handle. Sumo nodded. Since you insist, I won't be polite. Scene shift. Changfeng Bay. After days of hardship, the team finally arrived. But the place felt deserted. Not a single soul in sight. A member frowned. No one came to greet us. Mo Shanshan muttered, I informed Q Pavilion before we arrived. So where is everyone?
Right there.
A sudden voice cut in. They turned and saw a scruffy man hurrying over. Sorry! Kept you waiting! Old Sun wiped sweat off his forehead, breathing hard. Why are there only 3 of you? Something happened, he stammered, avoiding eye contact. Then he quickly changed the subject. You must be tired. Ill-arranged rooms at QU in first. He quietly pulled Qian Yuan aside. There are procedures about the escorted treasures. Let's talk privately. Alright, everyone rest well. You've had a long trip. One member narrowed his eyes. Something's off. Old Sun clearly wants to talk to Qian Yuan alone. Looks like Changfeng Base has problems. Scene shift. A while later, inside the QU Inn. Sumo stood before a hazy spatial rift, deep in thought. A mere tier 3 void white mink almost wiped a martial master squad. All because of its space warping talent. If I get that power, my strength explodes. He activated All Things Collection. Dim light flickered in his palms as he extracted the mink's ability. A voice echoed in his mind. Collection successful. Obtained inferior spatial talent. Fuse now? Of course, no hesitation. He merged the spatial power into his body. Golden light flared around him. The fusion completed. He clenched his fists, feeling space energy flow through his veins. The new skill activated instantly. The world before his eyes changed. Everything within 50 meters became crystal clear. So this is spatial perception. Every leaf, every breath of wind, nothing escaped him. Now what about tearing space like the mink? Guess I test it myself, he focused. A spatial ripple flashed. In a blink, he reappeared beside his target. Spatial shift. He smirks. With this, he could teleport anywhere within sight. Spatial perception plus instant shift. Offense and defense maxed out. Coincidentally, he landed right beside 2 men talking. A voice laughed, Brother Su, why are you in a tree? Sumo hopped down casually, Brother Qian. Finished handling things. Qian Yuan nodded. All settled, we head back tomorrow. Old Sun eyed Sumo curiously. Qian Yuan laughed. My descendant. I wish. This is Sumo, advisor from Luoyang Base. Mid-stage martial artist. A true prodigy. Old Sun widened his eyes. So young and already an advisor. Impressive. Advisor Su, if you need anything in Changfeng Base, come to me. Sumo smiled slightly. Since you mention it, why is Changfeng Base so empty? Something happened. Old Sun frowned. I didn't say earlier to avoid panic. Recently around Changfeng. Before he finished, the ground shook violently. The world seemed to roar. In the distance, a massive beast appeared. Like a real-life Godzilla, it rampaged forward, crushing everything. Tier 3 beast, twin-back dragon. Every base has a grandmaster guarding it. How did this thing get inside? The dragon, starved of bloodshed, went berserk. Anyone in sight was dead meat. Amid the chaos, a little girl sat frozen in fear. Sumo spotted her instantly. No hesitation, he shot forward like a cannon. Kid, watch out! Just before the dragon's claws hit her, Sumo delivered a brutal kick, forcing the beast to stagger. That kick sent the beast flying straight into a wall, rocks exploding everywhere in a cloud of dust. Turning to Qian Yuan, Sumo said fast, Brother Qian, take care of the little girl. Qian Yuan nodded without hesitation. Leave it to me, go. Sumo shot forward like an arrow, aura blazing like a rocket launch. Among tier 3 beasts, this thorn dragon was no joke. Lao Sun frowned. Sumo is only mid-stage martial artist. Can he handle it alone? Qian Yuan smirked. Relax, Sumo isn't your average mid-stage fighter. This beast is about to get wrecked. The thorn dragon spotted him and whipped its massive tail like a premium weapon, smashing the ground apart. Sumo reacted instantly, activating level 2 Phantom Step and dodging in a blink. Using the tail's force, he launched himself into the air. In one smooth move, he landed right on the monster's head. The beast's cold eyes locked onto him. Pure tier 3 killing intent, it started thrashing wildly to throw him off. But Sumo stayed calm, barely holding his balance as the crowd below held their breath. Everyone looked up in panic. Advisor Su, be careful! Just as he was about to get flung away, Sumo grabbed onto one of the sharp spikes on its back. Using it as leverage, he flipped up again, this time steady. No more risk of falling. He pushed off its arm and soared higher. 30 meters above its head, Sumo roared, momentum peaking. His eyes locked on the target. This was the finishing move. The thorn dragon glared back like, "Who do you think you are?" Sumo didn't hesitate. He drew the flaming slash blade, lightning crackling along the edge. In a flash, he dove straight down and stabbed into the top of its skull. Thunder energy erupted on impact. The blade tore through from the inside out, shredding the thorn dragon completely. The beast let out one final roar before collapsing, shaking the earth as it hit. Qian Yuan cheered from below. "Sumo, that was insane. You just saved everyone here." Lao Sun, still stunned, muttered, "A tier 3 beast should be anywhere near 30 kilometers from the base. What's going on?" Qian Yuan sighed. For 2 months now, the beasts outside Changfeng base have been acting strange. Patrol teams went out to investigate. None came back. Things got worse. 5 of the 6 grandmasters were sent out. Only Shai Yuan stayed behind to guard the base. Now they're short on fighters and the barrier is barely holding. Qian Yuan's face turned serious. "We need answers fast. If you need help, just say the word." Lao Sun frowned. A base needs at least 3 grandmasters to function. Why is only 1 left? And why send people to trials during a manpower crisis? Sumo narrowed his eyes. Right then, Sumo sensed a group of martial artists approaching. A relieved voice called out, "Thank goodness the thorn dragon is dead. We thought we were too late." The newcomers looked at Lao Sun. "Sir, was it you killed it?" Lao Sun shook his head and pointed at Sumo. "Not me, it was Advisor Su from QU Tower, Luoyang Base." The guy shot a grateful look at Sumo and thanked him nonstop. Right then, he got a call and his face instantly changed. He hurriedly said, "Captain of the guard wants to see them at the base center to talk." And yep, this was the core of Changfeng base. The captain was a grandmaster who never left the center, so they had to go to her. Sumo nodded and followed them inside. But the second he crossed the door, he felt something was off. The sky darkened like it was swallowed whole. Yep, trap, illusion maybe. No hesitation, he activated his spatial perception and scanned everything. Countless invisible arrows were flying at him from every direction. With insane reflexes, he dodged them all in a split second. Weird thing was, it felt lethal, but he sensed 0 killing intent. "A test? Nice moves, found you. There, that's the one casting it." Chumo instantly used his space talent from Pokong Diao and teleported behind the target. The other party's eyes went wide.
"Space talent!"
Chumo raised his blade, the cold light flashing. But just as he struck, he realized it was a girl. She vanished, leaving a chair to tank the hit. Lights snapped back on. She was gone. Clap. She appeared in the corner, smiling calmly like she owned the place. "Mr. Chumo, as expected of the special advisor invited by QU Tower. Sorry for the little test." Chumo narrowed his eyes. "You're the guard captain? Grandmaster Shi Yuan. What was that about?" Qian Yuan rushed in, panicked. "Chumo, you okay? The door shut the moment you entered. Nearly gave us a heart attack." Sai Yuan bowed slightly and apologized, saying the test was to check his strength and confirm a bigger suspicion. She revealed abnormal beast movements might be human-controlled, and now she fully trusted Chumo. She even invited him to join as a special member of Changfeng's guard team. Chumo shook his head. "We're heading back to Liang Base this afternoon." Qian Yuan added they had to escort a treasure back on time or it'd become useless. Hearing that, someone realized the treasure might be that legendary secret item. Sai Yuan didn't force them to stay but offered him an external defense expert role, 50,000 yuan stones per year. Chumo smiled calmly. "Even without the title, if Changfeng is in danger, it'll come. We're neighbors. If you fall, Luoyang's next." Deal. Qian Yuan nodded, clearly satisfied. With farewells exchanged, Chumo and Qian Yuan left, leaving old Sun standing there watching them go. His eyes were full of admiration. "Manager Sun, QU Shangming, you guys are insane to recruit a genius like that." Qian Yuan laughed loudly. "Of course. In business, connections are everything." Sai Yuan frowned slightly, a sharp glint flashing in his eyes. Yeah, he was already plotting something. "Oh really? Then let's work together." A few months later, Chumo and the team completed the mission and safely returned to Luoyang Base. A young lady stepped forward, gentle but dignified. "Everyone, thank you for your hard work on this trip to Changfeng Base. Glad we didn't disappoint you. This is the cargo we escorted back. We finally got it." She turned to them. "QU Pavilion has prepared your payment. Manager Chun will distribute it soon. We've also arranged healing elixirs and free access to the rest pavilion. Go get some rest." One member grinned. "Thank you, Miss Mu. Call us again next time." Miss Mu nodded, her gaze stopping on Chumo. "Mr. Chu, please stay for a moment." Chumo frowned, curious. "What's going on?" She gestured for him to follow, and the two entered a private vehicle to talk. Inside, Miss Mo smiled, eyes full of admiration. "Mr. Chu, I heard what you did during the escort. Even a beast like the void-shattering beast fell to you. You're stronger than I imagined." Chumo shook his head modestly. "You're overpraising me. I'm not that strong. It was a team effort." She chuckled, eyes sparkling. "No need to be humble. I have a favor to ask. Do you want to know what the secret treasure you escorted really is?" Then, she gently opened the box. A brilliant light burst out, lighting up the entire space. This is the key to a secret realm. A circular disc covered in countless glowing gems. It's called the Myriad Blossom Disc. Cut to Changfeng base. Qian Yuan frowned. I truly didn't know the item was the Myriad Blossom Disc. I was told it was just a time-limited spiritual medicine. We rushed it back to save someone. Mo Shanshan smirked playfully. So it has nothing to do with the Myriad Blossom Disc. No need to panic, I won't eat you. She crossed her arms calmly. Sure, Qiyu Shangmeng has great intel and countless experts, but Changfeng base isn't weak either. Recently, we found the beasts around Changfeng acting strange. Turns out the energy linked to the Myriad Blossom secret realm is fluctuating, and someone like Mo Shanshan never moves without profit. Now you urgently need a time-limited treasure. And you think Changfeng wouldn't figure it out. Qian Yuan cut in sharply. Mo Shanshan laughed softly. Relax, Lao Sun, that's not the whole story. We've known each other for years. If it's a deal, we won't let you lose out. We'll only send 2 people into the secret realm. Whatever they gain depends on them. In return, all Q Pavilion businesses in Changfeng base get a 5 tax cut. Lao Sun's eyes lit up. You're serious? A 5 tax reduction isn't small. That's enough to shake the entire alliance. What they didn't know was that their entire conversation was being watched by a group in black robes through a tiny screen. On their robes flickered an emblem with the word dark, and beneath it Myriad Blossom secret realm. A low voice echoed from the group, eyes flashing with danger. 10 days later at Chumo's house, Chumo stood still in his small room, staring coldly at the dagger in his hand. He dragged the blade across his fingertip, drawing fresh blood. Circulating his power, he condensed the blood essence. The energy inside him began to surge violently. With a sharp motion, Chumo pointed 2 fingers forward, firing the blood essence like an arrow. Thud! It pierced the wall, cracking it open and blasting a huge hole through to the outside. Stone fragments scattered everywhere. The scene was terrifying. Whatever this move was, its killing power was absolutely insane. Chumo curled his fingers slightly and the blood instantly flew back on command, hovering before him like a crimson gem. He muttered in shock. He could actually control it freely. His blood now flowed like mercury, dense and unscattered. That was blood refinement grade perfection. Thanks to the blood refining pills Mo Shanshan gave him. Without them, that one-horned jade beast alone wouldn't get him here in 20 days. Chumo closed his eyes, recalling Mo Shanshan's words. Between Changfeng base and Luoyang base lies the Myriad Blossom secret realm. It will appear next month, and the Myriad Blossom disc is the key. Only martial master level warriors can enter. You're mid-stage, yet your power rivals a martial master. Mr. Chu, I formally invite you to enter with me and search for the mysterious heavenly jade marrow. She promised QU Pavilion only wants the mysterious heavenly jade marrow. No interest in other treasures. Chumo's gaze hardened. If you want treasure, you need the strength to take it. Reaching late-stage martial warrior would be best. He glanced at the massive hole he blasted through the wall. Suddenly, within the rubble, an old wooden box appeared. Chumo frowned. Since when was there a hidden box inside this wall? What's inside that needs this much secrecy? And who left it here? He carefully opened it, dust and cobwebs everywhere. Clearly abandoned for years. Inside he froze an old weapon, several glass vials filled with mysterious liquid, and a sealed letter stamped with a stone engraved with the word dark. The same emblem as those black-robe watchers. The box was ancient web-covered, a weapon, strange vials, and that letter. Chumo frowned deeper as he pulled out an old journal. He inherited all the original owner's memories of Changfeng base, yet nothing about this box or that dark emblem. He flipped through the faded pages. A diary. Let's see. The writing was unsettling. My realm stops at Martial Master. No matter what I try, I can't advance. He says we are abandoned by the new world. As stronger beasts appear and realms rise, we will eventually be unable to survive. The lab work grows harder. Tier 5 beast bodies aren't enough. Perhaps we must hunt Tier 6, even Tier 7. Chumo paused. Xiaomo is already 15 yet still an ordinary person. It's my fault. He was right. The inheritable physiques that allow cultivation are decreasing. I heard a Tier 7 beast appeared in the western forest. I have to see it myself. Xiaomo, wait for mom. I will change your physique. You will cultivate. You will surpass Martial Master. Chumo closed the journal, heart heavy. The writer was the original owner's mother. What exactly was she researching? A method to alter cultivation physique. Did she die because of a Tier 7 beast? Tier 7, that's almost legend level. He turned to the dagger in the box. The blade emitted a chilling aura, light as air. Definitely not ordinary. Q Pavilion knows a lot. Next time he'll have Miss Mo appraise it. 10 days later, on a mountain cliff, people gathered, preparing to enter the Myriad Blossom secret realm. Mo Shanshan stood on a giant rock scanning the crowd. Why isn't Mr. Chu here yet? She turned back. Someone spoke up. Miss Mo is waiting for Chumo. I heard he's only mid-stage martial warrior. What's so special about him? Susanna, peak late-stage martial warrior under Shi Yuan frowned. Show some respect. If his valued, he has a reason. Liao Yu, also peak late-stage, nodded, clearly curious. Both were from Changfeng base, carrying the pride of being personally guided by Grandmaster Shi Yuan. After a long wait, Chumo finally appeared. Same face, same cold eyes, but today his aura felt different. Mo Shanshan frowned slightly. What's going on? Something about Chumo feels off. Susanna narrowed her eyes. Don't underestimate him. She warned Liao Yu, stay sharp. Don't provoke him. Liao Yu nodded but muttered, that's not mid-stage martial warrior pressure. Mo Shanshan stepped forward, eyes shining. Mr. Chu, your realm improved again. Chumo smiled calmly. Just a little. He handed over 2 daggers. Miss Mo, can you appraise these? She examined them closely. Fused with the bones of a Tier 4 ice crystal mink. Extremely light. Perfect for concealed weapons. Almost silent. Naturally stealth enhanced. Grade 4 weapons. Susanna's eyes lit up. Interesting. I'll challenge him inside. Liao Yu sighed. Focus on gathering resources. Don't start trouble. Suddenly Chumo frowned. He sensed an abnormal fluctuation of origin energy. It's coming from the entrance. A blue light slowly formed ahead, spreading like a spatial gate. Mo Shanshan spoke firmly. Everyone get ready. Once inside, we may be teleported separately. I'll fire a signal after landing. Move toward me. She tossed the myriad blossom disc into the air. The ring blazed with light. A massive spiritual vortex roared open, forming a huge space gate. All right, let's go! The group rushed forward and charged straight into the portal. Since the Great Cataclysm, hidden subworlds attached to Azure Star had appeared. They're called secret realms. These realms hold rich resources: mountains, forests, rivers, even beasts and rare treasures. Some are barren wastelands, but Myriad Blossom, confirmed as one of the richest. After passing through the distorted space tunnel, they finally arrived inside the Myriad Blossom secret realm. Mo Shanshan shook her head, dizzy. The teleport felt unstable. Chumo steadied himself and scanned the area. Let's check surroundings first. He instantly activated spatial perception, covering a 50-meter radius. Hidden treasures popped into his senses. 5-color mystic orchid, 500 years. 300-year namu grass, just 50 meters, and this many rare herbs. The origin energy density here was insane. With energy this thick, the beasts raised here definitely aren't pushovers. Right as he finished speaking, an explosion sounded behind him. Mo Shanshan's signal flared. They landed safely. Time to regroup. But on her side, the situation was critical. They were completely surrounded by beasts. All tier 2, but way too many. Stay alert! A brutal battle erupted. The beasts surged like tidal waves. Several warriors fell under razor-sharp claws. Mo Shanshan gritted her teeth. There's too many! We can't kill them all! Hold on, once our people regroup, we're saved. Don't give up! And then, a massive beast lunged at her from behind, jaws wide open. Miss Mo, watch out! She turned only to see rows of fangs inches away. At the last second, a flash of light tore through the air. Countless lightning-fast slashes shredded the beast instantly. Chumo showed up right on time, cold eye sharp, dragon-slaying saber blazing in his hand. He stood tall in front of Mo Shanshan, and her eyes lit up instantly. Chumo was here. The warriors around almost cried in relief. Advisor Chu arrived. Miss Mo is safe. We're saved. Someone shouted nervously. Brother Chu, be careful! They're not strong, but there's way too many of them! Chumo smirked, eyes icy and confident. Relax. Just a bunch of rank 2 beasts. I can handle them all. Then he swung the dragon-slaying saber. The blade tore through the air, slicing like it split space itself, wild energy exploding outward. Cut to another spot inside the Myriad Flower secret realm. On a towering cliff where lightning gathered nonstop, a winged demonic beast stood arrogantly in the storm. The same savage wolves that attacked Mo Shanshan's group were kneeling before it, trembling. The demonic beast slowly opened its eyes. Its voice boomed like thunder. Someone has entered the secret realm. The key has returned, and this is its form. Cut back to Chumo. The rank 2 beasts were completely wiped out. His saber force carved a massive crater into the ground. Dust filled the air. Chumo frowned slightly strange. Why does the entire secret realm feel like its spiritual energy is fluctuating? He suspected his spatial talent boosted his perception. His instincts screamed one thing. This secret realm was unstable and deadly. Mo Shanshan, still catching her breath, looked at him with pure admiration. Incredible, one man wiped them all out. Even a martial master might not manage that. As expected of Advisor Chu, she stepped forward sincerely. Mr. Chu, thank you. If you hadn't arrived, we would have lost many people. Chumo shook his head, scanning the area. No need for thanks, Miss Mo. Is this everyone who responded? She sighed. I sent the signal 2 hours ago. We had 40 people enter, including the 2 from Changfeng Base. This is all we could gather. Chumo frowned. Changfeng Base sent people too. For the profound heavenly jade marrow. She nodded. They suffered heavy losses recently. They're only here for resources. They won't interfere. Mo Shanshan's expression turned serious. The danger here exceeded my expectations. We should shorten exploration and head straight for the profound heavenly jade marrow. If you help me find it, I'll give you half. Chumo shook his head firmly. Miss Mo, this place feels wrong. Not just the beasts. Stay too long and we might die. I suggest we leave. She blinked in surprise. Is the profound heavenly jade marrow that important? She smiled faintly. You never asked about it, so I thought you weren't interested. Sometimes not knowing is safer. No greed, no risk. But now we need to decide if it's worth the lives. Her tone grew solemn. The profound heavenly jade marrow is a natural supreme treasure. It lets a martial artist break past their limit. Normally, the martial warrior realm caps at 200,000 jin of strength. With it, you can reach 300,000, even 400,000. That means a higher future ceiling. She looked at Chumo expectantly. So is it worth risking everything? Chumo's eyes flashed with resolve. Of course it is. With his collection system and talent amplification, his base strength was already insane. If he got this too, even crazier. He straightened up. Alright, we move now. Fast in, fast out. Mo Shanshan nodded and took out the Myriad Flower Compass. This compass detects the key nodes of the earth veins inside the secret realm. Wherever spiritual energy gathers most, that's the best place for the jade marrow to form. She poured in her origin power and activated it. A brilliant beam shot out, pointing deep into the secret realm, guiding the entire group forward. Cut to the demon beast boss. On the cliff peak, the massive creature slowly raised its head. Its crimson eyes flashed viciously. The key's aura just got stronger. That direction. Bring it back to me. Every word it spoke triggered thunder crashing down around it. Lightning revealed its grotesque form. Dragon head, rock wings, wolf claws, goat-like legs. A twisted hybrid born from chaos. Its presence shook the entire Myriad Flower secret realm. Cut back to Chumo's group. Following the Myriad Flower compass, Chumo pointed forward. It's that way. Suddenly, a scream tore through the air. One warrior was ambushed out of nowhere. Chumo reacted instantly. Beast ambush! The group tightened into a defensive circle. Everyone scanned the surroundings. The injured warrior collapsed, face pale as poison spread rapidly from claw wounds. Chumo's eyes turned cold. It uses poison too. The beast reappeared in front of him. It charged at insane speed. Chumo drew the dragon-slaying saber without hesitation. Come. One clean slash smashed into its head and dropped it on the spot. The beast shrieked miserably. Chumo narrowed his eyes, feline type but with wings. What shocked him more was its defense. His saber could cut iron like mud, yet it barely pierced its fur. Mo Shanshan recognized it instantly. That's a Golden Winch Poison Lynx rank 2. Its white fur is smooth and hard as steel. Chumo frowned. Aren't they supposed to be solitary? Why are there so many? One after another, they lunged in, claws flashing with deadly poison. Watch the claws! Don't get scratched! Someone yelled. Mo Shanshan gritted her teeth. Why can't we break its defense? Just like the beast before. Only rank 2 but strength and speed far beyond normal. Then Chumo heard it. A strange whistling sound in the wind, like a command. Suddenly, the ground beneath Mo Shanshan burst open. A pangolin shot out, bit down on the married flower compass, and bolted. Give that back! Mo Shanshan shouted. She slashed, but Beast dodged nimbly. Right then, a Golden Wind Poison Lynx swooped down. It grabbed the pangolin and flew off. They were cooperating. Mo Shanshan was stunned. But before they escaped, Chumo activated his spatial talent and appeared on the lynx's back. He smirked coldly. You think you're running? One brutal slash crashed into its spine. The beast screamed in agony. Chumo slammed it to the ground, finished it cleanly, grabbed the compass, and handed it back to Mo Shanshan. She held it tightly, shock in her eyes. They targeted the compass. They had a plan. They even coordinated. Chumo nodded. Something's guiding them. Maybe an intelligent beast. She frowned. Only rank 5 beasts can awaken intelligence. Chumo activated spatial sensing and scanned the area, so it was giving the orders. After a moment, he spotted a shadow hiding behind an ancient tree. But at the same time, Mo Shanshan was struggling as some of their own teammates suddenly turned on them. Chumo, careful! Grab them! They're not from Kyu Pavilion! Suddenly, a storm of sharp arrows shot toward Chumo and Mo Shanshan. Both reacted instant. Dodging with ease, Chumo's voice turned icy. There are more of them. Not just these. An archer dashed forward at terrifying speed. He tapped the shoulders of 2 accomplices. In a flash, he activated a spatial artifact and all 3 vanished in dim light. Mo Shanshan frowned. A spatial teleportation tool. They escaped. Chumo stared after them. Those 3 were familiar faces from Kyu Pavilion. Somehow they had changed. They went through all that just to infiltrate for a beast corpse. What secret is that body hiding? Cut to another area inside the Married Flower secret realm. 2 martial artists from Changfeng Base were harvesting resources carefully. One held a 400-year spirit selection grass and grinned. At least 100,000 origin stones. Totally worth the trip. The other frowned. Too strange. We've barely seen any beasts. His teammate shrugged. Less beasts, more profit. Sounds good to me. Suddenly, the girl sensed something off. She pulled him down and whispered, quiet. Someone's coming. In the distance, 3 figures appeared. The same trio who escaped with the spatial artifact. One removed his mask, revealing his face, annoyed. Damn it, Mo Shanshan and that Chumo are tougher than expected. He gritted his teeth. Not only did we fail to steal the corpse, I even exposed myself saving you. The reed-haired girl beside the Changfeng Du froze. From Grandmaster Yihe's guard squad. Weren't they investigating beast anomalies? Why are they dressed as Kyu Pavilion members? Yi sneered. Let's go, there's more than one strange beast here. We hunt another one, then deal with Mo Shanshan. His eyes flashed cunningly. That mutated beast ruined our cover. Trust me, he added coldly, the mutated beast's corpse is worth more than whatever Mo Shanshan came here for. Cut back to Chumo's group. Chumo examined the Golden Winch Poison Lynx corpse. You were right. Rank 2 strength, but its mutated body is comparable to rank 5. Mo Shanshan nodded thoughtfully. Chumo continued, didn't you say only martial masters and below can enter? I'm guessing the restriction applies to beasts too. They're capped at rank 2. She frowned. But they're nurtured by the realm's spiritual energy. Why would they be limited? Chumo shook his head. No idea, this place has too many secrets. Let's get the profound heavenly jade marrow fast and leave. The group followed the myriad flower compass without delay. It led them to a nearby cave. The compass light confirmed it. This was the spot. Mr. Chu and I will go down, Mo Shanshan said. Everyone else stay alert outside. As they stepped inside, Chumo immediately sensed something strange. All the spiritual energy down here is flowing in one direction. They went deeper, no snakes, no insects, just spiritual energy like a river streaming inward. Chumo muttered, is the convergence point the jade marrow? Suddenly Mo Shanshan pointed ahead, excited. There! A shimmering stream appeared, as if spiritual energy had liquefied. Between 2 sharp stalactites, a glowing drop floated midair. It absorbed all surrounding energy. Mo Shanshan's eyes shone. That's the profound heavenly jade marrow. The treasure that breaks physical limits. That's it. Chumo counted carefully, 10 drops total. Mo Shanshan smiled. As agreed. 5 for you, 5 for me. Without your protection, I wouldn't have gotten this. She handed him his share sincerely. Chumo nodded. Thank you, Miss Mo. I won't refuse. 5 drops were enough to boost his base strength by another 100,000 jin. But then he paused. Miss Mo, do you feel it? The real energy convergence point isn't the jade marrow. She froze. What do you mean? The jade marrow should form at the core of the earth vein. Chumo activated spatial sensing and scanned the cave again. And it was true. He pointed at a massive rock behind them. It's coming from there. The real convergence point is behind this rock. They moved closer and found a hidden space sealed by nature itself. Chumo muttered, just like the 10,000-year spirit marrow. Another naturally concealed pocket. Mo Shanshan's eyes gleamed. If we're here, we go in. The 2 carefully stepped through the hidden spatial gate. The moment they entered, Chumo shouted, careful! A violent gust slammed into them, packed with dense spiritual energy. Mo Shanshan steadied herself a natural energy vortex. At the center floated a glowing stone radiating ancient aura. She gasped. That's a world origin stone. When a small world is born or destroyed, it can form one. It holds the world's origin. It can awaken and evolve the body. She turned to Chumo. Mr. Chu, you have spatial talent, right? I saw you teleport during the fight. Chumo nodded calmly. Just load your spatial talent. I'm still figuring it out. She was stunned inside. Spatial talent was legendary. Time and space were top-tier gifts, and he had spatial skills already. Good thing she befriended him early. She pointed at the vortex. The energy storm protects the stone. The closer you get, the stronger it tears you apart. Only within half a meter is safe. Without teleportation, no one can reach it. So this treasure is yours. Chumo's eyes sharpened. Even without spatial talent, comprehension chance was less than 1 in 1,000. With it, his growth would skyrocket. He said calmly, aside from the profound heavenly jade marrow, the rest is mine. That was the deal. He tilted slightly and activated spatial teleportation. In a blink, he became a blur and appeared half a meter from the world origin stone. His hand reached out and grabbed the glowing stone firmly. But the instant he touched it, his expression froze. Inside the stone, a vision appeared. A terrifying alpha beast rallying its pack. No wings, but its aura bent space itself. Chumo snapped back to reality, shock lingering in his eyes. Mo Shanshan congratulated him, but he frowned. The moment I took it, I understood this realm's secret. The beast evolved by absorbing massive energy. The realm's barrier cracked. It can barely suppress them at rank 2. Their true strength is near rank 5. This secret realm is collapsing. Mo Shanshan fell silent, brows knit in thought. Chumo stepped closer. Best option now. Absorb the world origin stone and jade marrow immediately. Push our strength to the limit. He gestured at the natural barrier formed by the stone's glow. This shield protects us for now. A brutal fight is coming. Breaking physical limits without advancing realms is optimal. He looked straight at her. But that requires absolute trust. He paused. If you're uncomfortable, we can. She smiled before he finished. I trust you. Let's do it. Chumo really was interesting. The two sat down without hesitation and began absorbing their treasures. The space around them trembled as spiritual energy surged wildly inward. Chumo finished fast. His eyes were sharp enough to pierce through anything. He gave the command calmly, "System, calculate my combat stats." The system responded in 700 Jin. After breaking physical limits up to 500,000 Jin, with talent amplification, peak output reaches 2,000 Jin. Chumo clenched his fist, power surging. Latta stage martial master. Probably not his match anymore. He glanced at the world origin stone in his hand. Still got time. Let's see how far this can upgrade my spatial talent. Then he frowned. But how do I use this? Inject spiritual energy. The moment his energy touched it, the stone exploded with moonlike light, swallowing everything. His soul was dragged into a pure white void. Where is this? His voice echoed into nothingness. Strange star-like energies erupted from his body, circulating like a miniature galaxy. In a blink, Chumo returned to reality. He gasped slightly. What just happened? It felt like those stars fused into him. He looked down. The world origin stone had dimmed. Cracks spread across it. Within minutes, it shattered into dust. Chumo frowned. So what happened to my spatial talent? The system answered. All spatial skills upgraded. New skill acquired, personal space. You may imprint a spatial mark on your body to create a portable space. Chumo smirked. Personal space, interesting. He focused and poured spatial power into the mark. Instantly, a translucent cubic space appeared before him, shimmering softly. Sweat formed on his forehead. At my current level, this is the limit. About 20 cubic meters, not bad, and it could expand later. Just then, Mo Shanshan opened her eyes. Energy burst around her. I broke through, she said excitedly. Chumo watched from within his spatial barrier, smiling. He stepped out. My strength can increase another 100,000 Jin. With 300,000 Jin, you can enter Martial Master now. Congratulations, Miss Mo. She looked up surprised. Chumo, you're here? He nodded calmly. I finished meditating earlier. Been here the whole time. She frowned. But I didn't sense you at all. Even now, your presence feels faint. If you didn't speak, I wouldn't notice. Chumo thought for a second. Probably because I fused with the world origin stone. It was born with this realm. I carry its aura now. Like a rock or air here. Suddenly, the ground shook violently. Mo Shanshan tensed. What's happening? Chumo's expression darkened. Beast, they're attacking. The two rushed out to chaos. Their team was desperately holding the line. One member staggered back, arm bleeding heavily. In front of Chumo and Mo Shanshan stood a massive beast. Overwhelming aura. Chumo clenched his teeth. Damn it, I let my guard down. A gigantic wolf nearly 2 meters tall lunged at terrifying speed. In that split second, Chumo swung his hand. A void-splitting saber strike exploded forward, the invisible blade slashing toward the beast's arm. That forced the beast to pause, and just like that, 2 teammates escaped death. The rescue duo scrambled up, still shaking. One stuttered. Advisor Su is back and he feels way stronger. So Mo didn't waste a word. He dashed straight into the beast horde, eyes ice cold. And a beast dropped on the spot, blood spraying everywhere. The rest of the beasts locked onto him instantly. Then they all charged at once. But with his space talent, Sumo moved like a ghost, teleporting straight into the air. From above, he swung his blade down. The edge gleamed. It crashed down like lightning, wiping out the entire pack in one move. Clean, effortless, deadly. Everyone nearby just stared. Was Advisor Su always this strong? Even Mo Xiaoji, watching from afar, looked stunned. She'd heard he was the strongest in the warrior realm. Thought it was hype. Guess not. She shook her head in disbelief. Every fight, Su Xiancheng gets stronger. His growth rate is honestly terrifying. Suddenly, a thunderous boom shook the ground. A massive foot slammed down, earth cracking and debris flying. So Mo turned immediately. His eyes locked onto a giant ferocious beast. Huge body, overwhelming aura, even wearing strange pants like it was flexing its authority. Its crimson eyes glared at Sumo as it roared hand over the locking ring. The king wants it. Now.